All right, hello guys. What is up? Welcome to another stream. Today we're going to have a bit of a chit chat together. We're going to look at some news. We're going to watch some gameplay. I am going to give some of you guys keys. And we're just going to have a bit of a hangout, you know. I feel like there is just such excitement right now in the Battlefield community. I'm not going to lie, even though I'm a grown-ass man, I'm so excited. I'm just like, I feel like a child at Christmas. So it's nice to share that, you know, with somebody. And I feel like looking over on Twitter and other platforms as well, that it feels like, I think we all sort of feel like that, right? Even though a lot of us haven't played the game yet, it's just this sort of, I don't know, like almost a magical feeling going on right now. It's very indescribable. Yo, what's up, Minicon? Welcome. I am doing fine. How are you? Let me squad with you tomorrow. I'm on Texas time. So I generally just let anybody, you know, add me and jump in the squad. I don't really know how BF6 works with squadding up. I think you can just like find a friend and jump in there, right? So we'll see with that. You just finished the video? Oh, nice. Well, thank you, Hunter. I appreciate you watching my video, man. That's kind of you. If I was a woman, would marry this sexy man? Cheers, Pancho. Appreciate that, dude. I can't wait. I've played every Battlefield game. Yeah, dude. I just feel like there's just not really been the cause to be excited about anything Battlefield for a long time. Like, even when Battlefield 2042 came out, I don't think any of us were particularly like that excited, because as soon as we played the beta and saw the first gameplay, we kind of went, oh, this doesn't look great, you know. Like, I was hopeful it was going to be an okay game, but I didn't really get like any like feelings in my stomach like, oh my god, this is something special. I definitely do get that about Battlefield 6 though. Obviously, maybe I'm in a fortunate position where I've played it, even though that was in labs and it was definitely like much more of an unfinished product, but I still think we're in for a treat. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let me find this here on Twitter, because I did post it. In fact, we might actually log in and see what's going on there, right? But this was Torbis, actually. Shout out to Torbis. He sent me this screenshot from the beta, and there's 50,000 people literally just in the queue. Like, the beta's not even live, just to look at their settings, just to behold the open beta screen, like the splash screen, which is kind of nuts. Unfortunately, we can't really see the actual numbers. Like, we can really see Steam numbers, I think. What is going on? Why is it Christmas time? Thank you for the sub, Mini Kong. I don't know why it didn't read out. It was supposed to read that out. And like, he just came with a Christmas jingle. What the hell happened there? I think I may have to check out my alerts. But hey, it's Christmas early, guys. Okay, let me check here. Thank you though, man. I very much appreciate the sub there. Battlefield 6 open beta. Oh my god, it's actually gone up a ton, guys. Check this. So I posted this yesterday in the morning. Then it was at 4,000, right? And I said, wow, the Battlefield 6 open beta, all you can do in there is look at the options, and it's already got almost more players than Battlefield 2042 does. And now it's gone up to 24,000 at the peak. And that's just Steam players, right? So you've got EA, you've got the EA app, you've got Epic Game Store, I think, as well. Then you've got PlayStation and you've got Xbox. So it's going to be like a crazy number of people. Like I said on stream a couple of days ago, my prediction, and you can hold me to this, we'll see how close I'm going to be, is that on launch, not beta, but the actual launch of the game on 10th of October, this game is going to see 300,000 players peak. I'm starting to think it could be more than that. I think the beta is going to peak at like well over 100k, if not 200k. Domino's is expensive. It is expensive. You got tomorrow off, Sloppenheimer? Yeah, I think there's going to be a fair few people calling in sick tomorrow. Let me hear it in the chat, guys. Who's calling in sick tomorrow? You better hope your boss isn't there. Unless, well, if you're not using your real name, then you'll be good, but... Yeah, so I do have a couple of keys to give away, guys. Full disclosure, though, EA did not give them to me. Battlefield Bulletin was actually, I think he got so many keys, he was kind enough to send a few my way, and he was like, hey, man, feel free to do whatever you want with those. Twitch drops, does that mean you have to be the first to enter it, or do you get your own specific code? So Ethan, the way Twitch drops works is they're not live at the moment, right? But if you guys do exclamation drops, you should see all the information on that just to make it clear that like there are no drops active at the moment. But the drops are going to be active tomorrow and on the 8th as well, on the Friday. So I think as soon as the beta goes live at 8 o'clock in the morning, at least my time, I think it's like 10 o'clock CEST, you guys will be able to watch just half an hour and you get a drop. Now, if you've got an insane internet connection, that's probably like a good way to do it, because you just watch for half an hour, you download the game, maybe you only miss out on an hour. But if you've got a terrible internet connection and it takes you hours to download the game, because it is, I think, 40 gigabytes, well then you might actually want to get it downloaded today if you possibly can. But even if you don't have the early access.
Hey Ghost, do you know if there will be a notification in-game when you receive the challenge awards? Thoughtful face emoji.
Yo, Jerry, thank you so much for the 20, dude. I appreciate that. I would assume so, because there's either got to be a notification or there's got to be some way that you can track it, right?
BF4 players have been eagerly waiting for BF6, so I'm sure the majority waiting in there are them. That's dedication.
For sure, dude. For sure, man. Thank you so much for the 5, Mr. Cobra. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think so. On the notifications, I would assume either you're going to get a notification. I mean, the same way you unlock anything in the game, right? We haven't actually seen that yet from any footage, like, oh, you unlocked a weapon. But what we know is there's going to be progression in the beta. So I think you're not going to get all the guns. You have to actually, like, unlock them. What my guess is, like, they'll give you maybe 2 guns for each category. Some of them will be locked, and the more you play the beta, I think the max level is 20. They've already given that out. You're going to unlock, you know, weapons, because I think they also want to test the progression system in the game. So I would assume that all of those skins, you know, all that stuff that you can get that is only from the beta, you can unlock all of that. And it's going to actually inform you. It would be nice if there's a progression screen in the client. We can't really see that yet. There's home and then there's settings. And maybe when it goes live, there's going to be a new panel that says like progression. But then again, maybe not. Because I think some of these things are going to be hard to track. Maybe I can actually find these for you guys. There was like a beta kind of guide that they put out here in an article. I think it was it the official Battlefield account, or was it the Battlefield Comms account? Because they list basically all of the prerequisites. Guys! Okay. Go. Right, I'm gonna link you this in the chat right now, because I don't have that many keys to give out. Go check this video. Look. They've just posted a little teaser, 18 seconds, and they are spamming codes. So you're not going to be able to copy-paste these guys. Whoever's quickest at typing is going to get these ones. So pull this video up yourself, the one I just linked in chat. There's more. There's even more. That's 15. That's 20.
Okay, who pre-ordered? I did. Cool face emoji. The trailers worked.
That's 30. That's like 40. There's probably like... Oh my god, that's 50. There is 50 codes in this video, guys. That is pretty nuts. Thank you, Mr. Cobra, again for the 2 there. You pre-ordered. I mean, that's understandable, I think. I will say, there is no real point pre-ordering, because, like, you're not going to get less if you pre-order the game one day before it releases on October the 9th. So I don't really see any good rationale, but I understand it, man. Like, I know I haven't pre-ordered yet, but I know I'm going to buy the game, and I'm going to, you know, play the heck out of it. So it's not like I'm, oh, you know, you guys shouldn't pre-order. You do what you want. It's your money after all. I don't care what you spend your money on. But yeah, I would say if you're on the fence, if you're not 100%, you're not aboard the hype train yet, then play the game, play the beta this weekend or next weekend, and then see what you think. But yeah, understandably, we are like the core Battlefield community guys, so it doesn't surprise me that a lot of us are going to pre-order. We've been sold on that. Mac Attack, thank you so much. Appreciate it, dude. Man, chat is going nuts. Hello, Mr. Torbis. Welcome in. By the way, shout out to Torbis. He's been providing us with footage that I've been showing you guys in a couple of videos now. And he attended the event in London, and he kindly let me use his footage as well. So go check him out on YouTube. In fact, let me find Mr. Torbis here. Mr. Torbis XD. I know he's going to be streaming the beta as well, and I'm sure I'm going to be squadding up with him at some point or another. There we go. Go give Mr. Torbis a follow. He deserves it. Can you pre-order me? I mean, you could try. I'm pretty expensive though, Torbis. I don't come cheap, mate. Oh, thanks, Walter. I appreciate that. Yeah, everybody who's been checking out the videos, you know, leaving likes, subscribing, coming by the streams, like, I really, really appreciate it, guys. It's been just so nice to see everybody excited about a new Battlefield game again, because it's been, I feel like, almost 10 years since this has happened, you know? And I'm not sure it's going to happen again for me. I'm like at that age now that like this might be a one-off. Who knows what happens after this? And this is actually a very interesting question, is like, where do they go from this game? Because they keep talking about this Battlefield universe. And I'm like, what does that mean? What is this so-called Battlefield universe? You know, are they going to tie other new games into this? Like, are we getting a new game next year? From the way they spoke about this game, like Vince Zampella and Byron Beed, it sounds like they're really wanting to commit to it and support it for years to come. So it doesn't sound to me like we're going to get another Battlefield in 1, maybe even 2 years. It might be like this, yeah, they might just expand on it, expand on the Battle Royale, and maybe 4 years later we get another Battlefield. Titanfall 3, but Battlefield? Oh man, I would love a Titanfall 3. I mean, I've actually not played Titanfall 2 yet. So many people have recommended it, and I know I've got to get on it. Maybe after the beta ends, like before the game actually releases, I'll use that time to maybe stream Titanfall 2 or something. That could be fun. Yo, Junior. I hope it lasts at least 4 years. Yeah, it would be nice, right? Because it's always like a luck of the draw whenever DICE release a new Battlefield game. You don't know if it's going to be a banger or not. Even if this game is good, it's always like you're only as good as your last game, right? So people are going to be assuming that it's going to be as good as this game, and maybe it won't be. Yeah, man, I know Grandpa Gaming. I do. I mean, I can't say I watch him, but I've seen clips of him sniping people and chuckling like an old man, which is quite endearing. I do like that. You just seen the vid? Have you missed anything? Not really, Ghost, by the way. Nice name. Like it. But I have, I will link this up to you again in the chat. I mean, it may not be worth linking now because they've probably all been snagged. But Battlefield have just put out a little teaser. And in the teaser, there are codes. And there's like 50 codes in this teaser. There's like, they keep spamming you with 5. Let's actually watch the teaser though. Because I haven't looked at it here. Like, you can go here and pause this, right?
Did you see
and try
the
and
new
type these
awful
in.
COD Warzone trailer Season 5? What a joke that game has turned into.
Did I see the new awful COD Warzone trailer Season 5? I'm not going to lie to you, dude. I didn't bother watching it. I just really don't bother. Thank you so much for the 5. Appreciate it, man. Mr. Cobra is going nuts today. Yeah, Call of Duty, the last thing I saw about Call of Duty is on, what was the event? Was it Summer Games Fest? That's the last thing I saw. And I was like, oh, it's Black Ops, was it Black Ops 7? I found that strange, given that we've just had Black Ops 6. I did try Black Ops 6. I tried the beta. I made a video on it. I thought it was trash, honestly. Like, I just didn't enjoy it at all. The Omni movement stuff was not for me, and I just kind of played it. And then said, oh, it's just another Call of Duty game, because that's honestly what it felt like to me. So am I excited for anything Call of Duty at the moment with the cosmetics that they have in there? And the hackers that they've got in Warzone, no, I'm not. So I'm just not really looking at that game at all. Nope, haven't dropped any codes yet, but you may, like I say, you might be able to snag one from that video there. There are, like I said in today's video, guys, there are tons of codes going around, so, like, I would definitely recommend, like, checking other creators on Twitter, maybe in their Discords. I know Torbis gave some codes away, right? I'm trying to retweet, especially the people who are smaller. Like, I'm not going to retweet like Westy because I know there's tons of people going for his codes. But whenever I see a creator who's maybe a little bit smaller, who's not going to get as many replies, I'm trying to retweet them so that you guys have a chance of like getting a key for it, you know. Do I have a Streamlabs Dono link? I have a Stream Elements one. It's linked up. I think it's linked up down below in the YouTube, and it's also at the bottom underneath the Twitch channel. I heard there's already a queue in the main menu. Yeah, we were just looking at this, guys. That's funny you mention it. In fact, I stole this from Torbis. Full disclosure. I stole his screenshot, man. But yeah, it's like 50k. In fact, let's go. Should we load up the client and see what happens? He did say that he got through like almost instantaneously, though. Like it said 50,000 people waiting, and then all of a sudden, like he was in. Can you still get a key for tomorrow? You can, but you can't get them from drops. Drops won't be active until tomorrow. Yeah, so Mac Attack, they're basically going to be dropped. I think as soon as the beta goes live tomorrow morning, they'll just be live for every channel who's streaming Battlefield 6, as far as I understand it. So you just watch for half an hour, any channel, you know, I'll be streaming, you can swing by here or anywhere else that you want, and you get yourself a drop. I am loading the game, guys. It just takes a second. Enjoying the music, by the way. Like, I could just sit and listen to the music in this thing. Okay, apparently there's no queue now. Oh, wait, or is there? Nope. Okay, there we go. Boom. So maybe they've opened up more servers, because I was kind of getting worried about this, right? I don't know if you guys have been through the options. There's a lot of options to go through. I went through these the other day. Where is the one... So I do like this, right? For infantry mouse aim sensitivity, it actually shows you. So I'm on 1600 DPI. It will show you how many inches or centimeters this equates to. So, you know, it's always nice when DICE gives us some inches, right? But if you know what your mouse sense is, like your 360, then you can basically just like program it in here, which I hope is something that like every single game should do, because right now I have to go over to a website called Mouse Sensitivity just to check on that. I don't think they've actually put it in yet. Anyway, let's quit out of there. Let's check. Do Mouse Sensitivity have Battlefield 6 yet? Because I would like to get it. Battlefield 6. No. Is it? No, I misspelled Battlefield. No, it's not in there. So shout out to these guys, by the way. You can just come along here, mouse-sensitivity.com. You can just choose like Battlefield 2042 or whatever game, put in your sensitivity, your DPI, your resolution, your FOV, and then you select the other game, and it will tell you exactly like what settings you need in the game. But they don't have, if we type in Battlefield, if I can actually spell it, they don't have Battlefield 6 yet. So once the beta's out, I'm pretty certain that they'll add that in there. Do I have the app, the game through the EA app or Steam? So I've got it through Steam at the moment. I've also downloaded it on the EA app, just in case they've flagged my account only for the EA app and not for Steam. I really don't want to stream for you guys tomorrow and then find out I've installed the wrong client. So I installed both because I'm paranoid. But it's probably just whichever one is like linked to your EA account. So if you've got both linked, as far as I know, you can play on either one. And that's my situation, right? I've got, of course, you can play on the EA app, and then I've also got my Steam link there, and I've got like my PlayStation account link, so I could maybe even go to my PS5 and play it there, I guess. Did I get a tan? No, there's not much tanning here in Iceland, man. I'm good, Dominic. How are you, man? So let's go and check up these rewards that we can get here, and then we'll maybe play some gameplay for you guys. Let's see. I think it was on the official Battlefield account. Or maybe not. Maybe I just found it by Googling it. Actually, let me just go find my YouTube video. That's the best way, because I know I linked it in there. It was... All right, here we have it. So this one's got all the rewards you get from the beta. So for anyone who doesn't know the maps, we're playing this one here. It's called Siege of Cairo. We are playing Liberation Peak, the mountainous one here. This one has all the vehicles. So you've got helis, you've got jets, the whole shebang. This one is Infi and ground armor. And then we've also got Iberian Offensive, which is the one in Gibraltar. And that's kind of like Siege of Cairo. It's got just tanks and infantry. Game mode wise, have they changed this yet? No, they've not. So again, I'm still confused because it says we've got Conquest, then we've got Closed Weapons Breakthrough, and then Breakthrough. And then we've got Domination and King of the Hill. However, if you look up here, maybe this is too small for you guys. I don't know how much. Oh, I can zoom in a little bit there. Here it says Closed Weapons Conquest, and then Normal Conquest, and just regular Breakthrough. I assume whenever they say Breakthrough, they mean open weapons, right? That is like the default in this game. So which is it? Are we getting Closed Weapons Breakthrough? Are we getting Closed Weapons Conquest? I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, though. So here are some of the challenges, because somebody was asking if these are going to be counted in-game. So you've got to get 50 close quarters kills within 10 meters with assault, 100 revives on teammates, 3,000 health repaired on vehicles, and spot 300 enemies. So if there's no tracker in game, these things are going to be very difficult to know, like, how close are you to achieving them or not. I think weekend 2 here, by the way, on weekend 2 we get a 4th map. We get the Empire State one, which is infantry only. We also get rush mode. Here we've just got like 42 flags capped in Conquest, Domination or King of the Hill, 200 kills or assists, and then capture 10 sectors in Breakthrough. So that's kind of easy, right? You just play the game a bunch and you'll unlock them. I'm pretty sure we're all going to get these things. Ghost, read your chat, man. Like, there's a lot of people talking, dude. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading it. ADS FOV is called narrow and wide. Okay. And? Yeah, we knew it would exist in the game. Like, there's no way that they don't have like ADS FOV. Like there's no way they would just take that out and be like, that's one of the biggest things in any FPS game, not just Battlefield. So it had to have a different name. If you use the EA app, you need to make sure you have the EA overlay on, else the game has insane stutters, even in the menu. Really? Because okay. I've played the labs build, guys. I don't know how similar it is to the beta. Well, none of us have played the beta, so we don't know, right? But so I assume Zeusy, you're talking about labs here. I played labs on EA app first, and then they said to me, were moving you to Steam. I think because they wanted to test the Steam client, right? So I've played it on both, and I don't use the EA overlay at all because it's always caused me problems. So I did not have any issues with that. But there was a weird bug in the Labs client where if you'd move your mouse to the corner of the screen, it kept like minimizing or something or going to Windows. It was almost like you'd hit your Windows key. So I'm not sure what was going on with that. But I think that's got to have been resolved. If it hasn't been resolved, I would be very sad. And so will Ladeus. So Muffin, I just opened the client and I had no queue, so there's still like a lot of people in game, I think, but maybe they've like opened up some of the server capacity there so people get through straight away. Not Labs, this was introduced in this build and wasn't in Labs. Wait, how do we know about it then if it's in this build? Because nobody's played the build, dude. It's not even live yet. Unless you're talking about you know, content creators who played it at the reveal event. So Alex, it goes live at 8 o'clock Universal Time, UTC. That is 10 o'clock European Time, CEST, and I think it's 4 in the morning EST, and then like 1 in the morning for Pacific Time. So yeah, some people are going to be either staying up late, getting up extremely early, and anything in between. But I will be live as soon as it goes up. In fact, I'm probably going to be live a good deal before, because what I would guess is that instead of it going live at exactly 8 o'clock on the dot, it's probably going to be like half an hour before then, maybe 15 minutes before then. So I'll probably be live from like 7 a.m. just chatting to you guys and sort of waiting for the beta to open up. Ghost, what do you think of COD players moving into Battlefield? I think it's a good thing. I mean, I think the more players Battlefield can get, the better. I am, you know, I'm taking a few like light jabs at them in a jokey kind of way. I think it's going to be very funny because whilst a lot of them know how to aim and they know how to control recoil, I don't think they necessarily know how to use vehicles or play around vehicles. Of course, let's remember, right, a lot of people who play COD, maybe they used to play Battlefield back in the day and then they left the Battlefield series, which is totally understandable, by the way. I don't think we can blame anybody for leaving for another franchise. So I think it's, like they say, a rising tide, you know, raises all ships, right? So we're all going to benefit from this. Players, the devs, you know, content creators, like the more people who play the game, I think the better it is for everybody. The only thing I wouldn't want to see, of course, is like a lot of people coming in with strange ideas, maybe, that the Battlefield crowd doesn't like. I did retweet a post. There was this guy, I can't remember his name, but he was a COD creator, and he was saying that there needed to be more rewards in Battlefield, the same way that Call of Duty have kill streaks and like nukes, like tactical nukes, to reward personal performance. Swag, yeah, that's the one. And I retweeted this, and I said I really like disagreed with that. So I do see a little bit of like people coming in and saying, "Oh, you should bring over this thing from COD." That is not gonna mesh with the Battlefield community, dude. You know, everybody's open to the opinions, but I just hope DICE, like, they basically sold out on their identity with Battlefield 2042. They didn't realize what they had, like, in their hands, you know? And they just tried to chase trends, and look where that got them. So, yeah. Progression transfers over to Battlefield 6 game once it launches. So I think I've seen an official post optic from Kevin Johnson that it doesn't. Skins do, progression doesn't. So yeah. All right, guys. While we're chit-chatting away here, let's go ahead and play a bit of gameplay. This is from Mr. Dalek JD. I think we watched this one the other day, but it's actually pretty good gameplay, so we can go with this one again. AC 130 above. Yeah, like, I mean, we did have that in Battlefield 4, right? The AC 130, and there were call-ins. Like, there was a commander mode. You could call in, you know, a cruise missile, and same thing with Battlefield 5, right? If like the squad call-ins and all that sort of stuff. But to me, it's sort of like, it makes for impressive moments. Like, everybody sees those top Battlefield moments every now and again where somebody calls in a missile and they get like 20 kills. Same thing in Delta Force, and it's impressive at first, but then it just kind of gets boring. It's like, oh, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. And then it's just, like, what are you left with? You're basically just left with an annoyance. Because I think anybody who gets hit by a missile like that, it's not exactly a positive experience.
An update dropped just now. Any info? 4GB on Xbox.
Cheers, Jimmy. Appreciate the 20 there, dude. So I mentioned that in today's video, there was an update that was 6.8 gigabytes. Although I have to say, I'm on Steam and I haven't seen an update. Maybe it updated while I wasn't looking, or, you know, while I was making the video this morning, because I've always got Steam open. But I don't know what is in the update. I was actually just talking to Torbis about this earlier. What could possibly be in there? Maybe it's the TTK changes they were talking about. Maybe it's the class changes. So for those of you who haven't heard, they are actually giving the spawn beacon to the assault class and taking it off the recon class. They're changing some of the perks for the assault class as well, and they're giving a new tree, like a tech tree, if you will, or training tree, or whatever they call it, to the recon class. So they're taking away Pathfinder, and they're giving them what they call Spec Ops. So I wonder if that's coming in, because in the blog post they said it sort of probably won't be in the beta, but they didn't sound 100%. They said probably won't be in the beta. So maybe they just managed to sneak it in the day before today, you know. Oh, cheers, Max. Yeah, like I say, it's nice to see people getting excited about a Battlefield game. And I know Max, especially, you've been watching me for so long, dude, and been one of my loyal subscribers and everything. And I know you don't play Battlefield 2042, but you still just stuck around to, you know, to keep in touch, keep up to date and that. And I've seen so many people who used to watch me in BF4 leave when Battlefield 2042 came along. And now they're all sort of starting to come back, and they're like, oh, Battlefield is finally back. Let's go, man. It's just so nice to see that. Yeah, it would be nice if we had patch notes, wouldn't it? If we get patch notes, I will try to let you guys know. Obviously, if it's after I end the stream, I won't be able to stream it or probably make a video. I'm going to try and take some time off this evening, later on when I'm done streaming, to spend some time with the wife and the family, because the next 4 days, I'm pretty much going to no life Battlefield 6, stream every day, you know, try and get videos out for you. I really want to get my first impressions up tomorrow. I do have a bit of a tentative schedule for videos, so what I'm thinking is like a first impressions video tomorrow. So as I play and hear things from other people, I'm going to sort of write everything down, bullet point everything down, and mention all that stuff in the video. The day after, the Friday, I really want to dedicate that to like a vehicle day. So if you guys are watching the stream that day, you may see me kind of waiting on the spawn screen for vehicles a lot, because I just want to get some quality time with the tanks, the jets, the attack helicopters, and really come to some sort of a conclusion there for like what the flight models look like, so I can inform you guys of that. Because I think, you know, most people who are playing this are just going to be spawning, of course. They want to utilize the time that they have. They're not going to be waiting for spawns. But I'm going to try and get in as much vehicle time as I can that day. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be putting out a video every day nonetheless, so stay tuned for that stuff. It'll be spamming the deploy button on the tank. I will, man. Well, I mean, tanks won't be so hard because they're on all the maps. The hardest one is going to be getting capstone footage in the jets and the helis, because there's only one map out of 3 that has those vehicles. I wonder if those game wow moments, AC-130s, AT-ACMs, could be rare and appearing at random. Yeah, I mean, I guess how would you balance that though, Frosty? Like, if they just randomly appeared for one team or something, or maybe you could call them in. I don't know. I'm assuming they've got stuff planned for the future, right? Like, they really need some big, like, bombastic moments. Whatever seasons they release for the game, they've got to have some... Like, they can't just release, oh, here's a map and here's a couple of weapons. They've got to bring... I feel like they're going to bring, like, some crazy features, right? Obviously, we've got the whole Battle Royale to come. We've got the Gauntlet mode to come as well. That's going to go with that. So that's going to be huge when that happens, and I think it will bring over even more players, like all the people who just want to play Battle Royale or they want to play an extraction shooter. They will all come over as well. How many PC guys risked it to add secure boot? Is it a risk to have secure boot enabled though? I honestly don't get like the fuss that everybody's kicking up about it. Like, unless you've got kind of something to hide, or maybe you're one of the niche people who is using a virtual machine, then okay, like, maybe I get it. But I think it's like, it's got to be like less than 0.1% of people that it actually affects. Like, as far as I know, if it's helping with combating cheaters, then I'm all for it, man. No, Razak. This is just footage on YouTube, dude. It's going live tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, I would love it if it was live now. That would be nice. Do we know if Battlefield 6 will have DLC like Battlefield 4? So we don't know for certain, but I would say no. It's not going to have premium. I mean, we know there's a Phantom Edition, and what you get for the Phantom Edition is a Battle Pass. You get skins, pretty much what we expected. So I would say no to that. We're just going to get, you know, pre-seasonal content. How much is going to be in those seasons? That's also something that remains to be seen, and that they really need to nail. You know, Battlefield 2042, it didn't feel like they delivered, like, content quick enough. It was it needs to be every 3 months or so, which I think they've actually come out and said in an interview that they are going to do that. But Battlefield 2042 was like every 6 months, it felt like. There was just one map. It was like, well, a couple of weapons in the Battle Pass. It just wasn't enough content. So hopefully that is something that they're going to address. I mean, you can tell just based on the quality of the game. Unless something goes drastically wrong between now and launch, you can tell by the quality that the game looks very finished. So that means they can now start to divert all of their manpower into making that seasonal content. They're all going to break off, you know, into that. There won't be that many bugs to fix, hopefully. There won't be that many things that they need to rebalance in the game, and they can just crack on with making more content. Whereas Battlefield 2042, they probably had plans to make way more content, but they didn't have the time, right? I mean, like, let's remember, they remade every map in the game. The maps were that bad, they had to go back to the drawing board and redo the maps. Like, let that sink in. How did you mess up that badly? You know what I mean? So imagine the development time that takes away from the teams. Do you think those that prefer closed weapons should only play closed to ensure their data is representing their choice, or do you think it doesn't matter and it'll just be an overall community vote? So, from what they promised us, Aiden, they are going to offer us both options at launch regardless of what happens in the beta. But it looks like they're definitely more pro open weapon system. Like, all the game modes that are going to be in the beta, you can use open weapons. There's only like one playlist, apparently, that is closed. And it's kind of up for debate whether it's going to be Breakthrough or Conquest, because they've kind of given us misleading information on that, as I was just showing you guys earlier. But, you know, them saying it's going to be, both are going to be available, like, what do they mean by that? I don't think they're going to have a playlist for both, for every single game mode, because it's going to split the player base far too much. So I think what they mean when they say both are available is that if you want, you can make that experience in Portal. So you can say, I want to make Conquest with open weapons. And actually, I just remembered, I completely forgot to put this in today's video. I'll go do this on the other monitor so you guys can keep watching. But there was a reply from David Serland here in this Chinese article that made it sound very much like that was the case. So let me just try and find... It might take a minute for me to find this, but it's probably worth showing to you. Hi, love. Have a good one. It actually wasn't David Serlin who said this. It was... No, it was David Serlin. I'm getting confused. It's a different article. There's just been so much stuff in the news, guys. It's hard to remember what's what anymore. Let me just try and find keywords. Portal. See if that does anything for us. Right, here we are. I found it. Let me pause this a second so I can show you guys. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay, so this is the person asking the questions here. He says, Battlefield Portal's return was probably the big surprise for me. And I was really stoked to see that it was coming back. What learnings are you taking from Portal's introduction in 2042 coming into Battlefield 6? And this is Alexia Christofi, who some of you may have heard of. She's a producer on the game. This is David Serland. And she says here, we have what we call verified. So if you create an experience on the web builder portal. So what they're saying here is that unlike Battlefield 2042, where you had portal modes that didn't have full experience, in Battlefield 6, if the experience is verified, that means it will give full XP, right? So if you want to make like some bot farming server, that's obviously not going to be verified, and you're not going to be able to get full XP there. And David Serland kind of comes on at the tail end of that and says, like Conquest with closed weapons, that's pretty vanilla. That's obviously a verified experience. We are much more lenient with other things like that than in the past. So why would he state this as an example of something that you can create in Portal if they were going to have closed weapon playlists for every game mode? Right? It doesn't... I don't want to read too much into this. He's not come out and said that that's not the case, but I think this very much sounds like that is going to be the case, that they're saying, okay, if you want to make a Portal mode with closed weapons, you can do that, but there's still a lot of questions about the server browser to be answered. You know, like, are we going to get matchmaking linked to the server browser so you can put your filters in and then matchmake in there? We just don't know. I think that is an absolutely key factor there. Like, if people can't matchmake into the Portal servers, then most Portal servers are probably just going to die. Am I still working as a chef? I am indeed. I hope Portal is mostly for weapon attachment grinds and silly Portal modes, not XP farms and cheater lobbies trying to play on curious players. See, I don't hope it's for either of those things. I hope it's for actual serious game modes. I hope the community can make some really good stuff in there that are actually fun and deep enough experiences that we're going to come back and play them again and again. Because I feel like, you know, silly arcadey stuff, like, they have their place, but they're sort of like, you know, you sort of play them once, and then you're like, oh, that was kind of fun. And then you just go back to the regular modes, because that's what Battlefield is actually about. One thing I don't understand is if you die, you see a body icon, which is highlighted in red. What is that? So when I played Labs, that was like, it showed you where the enemy that killed you was when you died. And then that way it doesn't show you where they are. So you can't really see on that guy there. So I think you can't tell where the person who killed you has just gone. So let's say I'm playing with Torbis and I get killed, and I could say, Torbis, he's just gone behind this rock. You can go. You can't do that because I can only tell him where he was when I died. So it's not quite a kill cam. At least I think that's the way it's working. That's how it was in Labs anyway. Let's just see here. So that guy kills him. You can see the other people moving around, right? Because they didn't kill him. But the person who did kill him is just stationary. As a new player from COD, what type of history video or things I should learn? Woo, you've probably got a lot to learn, Zepticus. I'm not gonna beat about the bush, dude. I mean, obviously we don't really have any guides on the game yet because there hasn't even been a beta. But I do plan to make plenty of guides, both for infantry play, vehicle play, not just from the perspective of being in a vehicle, but also how to take down vehicles. So I'm going to be doing a lot more beginner-friendly content, I think, because I am aware that a lot of people coming into the game are new and may not realize a lot of the basic fundamentals. But there are tons of tutorials on my channel you can find from older games, and a lot of that stuff probably applies to Battlefield 6 as well. So probably if you go like search tutorial or guide on my channel, you'll find like 100 videos. You're gonna send me a screenshot in Discord? Okay, Junior, let me check. Where did you post it? Oi, Torbis. Will the beta need PlayStation Plus? I don't know, dude. I don't really play PlayStation. Isn't PlayStation Plus like the thing you need to play online? Don't you need that for all online function? Not online functionality, but like to play any player on PlayStation? Isn't that what PlayStation Plus is? Okay, yeah. I mean, I do have a PS5, so embarrassing that I don't know these things, but like I don't play online on my PlayStation. I just got it, I think, for the odd single-player game. If I'm playing online, I'm always on PC. Is the open beta crossplay? Almost certainly yes, James. I mean, when I played Labs, crossplay was mandatory because, of course, there were way fewer players, so you needed all the players in one pool. But from what I've heard, crossplay is going to be somewhat optional, at least in the full release of Battlefield 6, so I mean, you can either turn it off, or you can choose to basically have it prefer to crossplay or you know, let you play against people on similar platforms. So it sounds maybe like input-based crossplay, or like at least PlayStation and Xbox will play together. I think it's called preferred crossplay. So it will link you up against PC players if it can't find enough players, but it'll try and prioritize console players. Oh, nice, Locono. Thanks for the key there. That'll be nice for somebody to have. Yo, what's up, Shadow Wolf? Where do you even claim the keys? That is an excellent question. I don't even know myself, but I can find out for you guys. Because that's something everyone's going to need to know. I know that EA have been, or Battlefield account has been linking this a bunch. Let's see. They put out like a little guide on exactly how to... Here we go. Instructions on code redemptions. I think that should show you guys everything that you need to know. And I'll add to that one. There you go, guys. I'll give you another one. Whoever grabs that one can have it. Shout out to Battlefield Bulletin, by the way, for sending me these. Yeah, you're correct there, Super Sliv. The 660 S2s, I think they're called. How do they sound in game? They're good. They're really good. They did take some getting used to. Like, I went from another pair. I think I had the Sennheiser 360 something or others. Some of the pretty popular headphones. And these are way less bassy, of course. There's a lot, you know, higher mids and highs on these. Oh god, that was so painful to watch him not kill that guy. But yeah, once you get used to them, they're really, really good. So I'm happy with them. I didn't want to go for like the most expensive headphones. I forgot the name of them now, but I know Level Cap got them. And those just kind of seem like a bit of a waste, to be honest, for just like video games. Yeah, as Sparrow says, guys, if you don't get a code today, like, what I would recommend for you to do is download the client, wherever you want to play it, download the client, get it set up, get it installed, go through all the options, and sort those out exactly as you want them as well. And then once you've done that, basically, if you haven't got a code by tomorrow, then just come by and watch somebody. And I wouldn't be surprised if they started the drops maybe even before the game is available. So if you come by and watch me, for example, in the morning, you know, watch for half an hour, you get your key, go and redeem it, you've already got the game installed, boot it up, good to go. So, if you really, really want to get in, you shouldn't miss out on too much. And I actually think they're being quite lenient with this beta. It's not like we just get 2 days to play and that's it. Like, we have a whole 4 days. If you don't even get in early access at all, you still get 2 days. And then next weekend, all 4 days there are open, right? So it's really, really cool. You know, they're giving us a bunch of content to go over here as well. Is it just me or does the game feel too quicker than Battlefield 4? So people were saying this as well the other day, Max, and we'll watch a bit of Maxic playing soon because he plays extremely fast and it does, like, people commented this exact thing and said, wow, it looks way too quick. But then as soon as you see other people playing, it looks much slower. So I think it depends a lot on your FOV, it depends a lot on just your play style. I don't feel like the game is too quick. I don't feel like it's too slow. I feel like it's in a pretty good spot, to be honest with you. But everybody's got their own opinions on this, right? Like, what is the best for some people isn't as good for others. Like, I don't like Battlefield 5, for example, because I find it too slow. Maybe it's because I didn't play it when it released. I've been trying to play it recently, and it just feels very, very hard to go back and play for me. You know, but maybe some people really like the gameplay of Battlefield 5, and they like that slowness to it. Zepticus, I'm not going to buy you PlayStation Plus, dude. Okay, so stop asking. I'm not your mum. Or your dad. At least I don't think so. What's your opinion on the main mode should be locked or unlocked? I mean, you know, I think they should be locked. It doesn't matter too much to me. Like, I've said this a bunch of times in videos and whatnot. Like, gameplay-wise, it's not going to, like, stop me playing the game or really bother me too much. But I'm still of the opinion that I don't feel like open weapons adds enough to the game to make it worth it. Like, if, let's say, they would have never even mentioned open weapons, they had them all locked, I don't think you'd see barely anybody kicking up a fuss about that and saying, but I wanted open weapons. Sure, there'd be some people, but it went the other way, right? There's way more people kicking up a fuss about not having closed weapons than there would have been had it been the reverse. And so for that reason, and also just my experience, like, playing Battlefield 2042, you know, I don't really feel like it's great in that game. It's not like a total game changer for me. It just doesn't really matter to me either way. So I just honestly couldn't care less, like, gameplay wise. But community-wise, I know that's what people want, right? They want closed weapons. So, that's why I say they should have gone that route. But we'll see what people do, you know. Are they going to play with open? Are they going to play with closed? I think one of the major factors in this is that Call of Duty players, I mean, look how many people from COD and other franchises are coming in. They all expect for you to be able to use any weapon on any class, because that's how it is in those games. They're not used to being only able to pick a certain category of weapon.
We have eyes on an enemy tank in your area.
Closed weapons only. No, you can't play it now. You need it's going live tomorrow. If you have an early access key, you can play it tomorrow and on the 9th. If you don't have an early access key, you can play it on the... Sorry, you can play it on the 7th and the 8th. If you don't have a key, you can play it on the 9th and the 10th. Yeah, I agree, Freezy. I'm not a big fan of the double primaries thing. Even though they've nerfed it to, like, no signature weapons. I think you can't use snipers, you can't use an LMG, and you can't use a second assault rifle. It's still going to be really good. I'm trying to wrap my head around a medic running around with an LMG. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I get that, right? I guess the difference in Battlefield 4 with the system is that the medic was the assault class. So then the medic had the assault rifles, whereas the LMG went to the support class. So medics generally need to be a bit closer to the front to keep the assault players alive with heals, especially now that the assault class doesn't get a med pen or any kind of healing ability. I know that Ladeus has played pretty much, like, I won't say nothing but he's played a bunch of LMGs in this game. And in fact, you guys will have seen some of that footage in my videos, because I got some footage from Ladeus as well. And they actually look pretty viable. Like, even if you are close up, the ADS timings aren't too bad. IMT plugs, the specs, if you type exclamation PC or exclamation specs, I think it should show you. Is the early access opening time really 5 AM? I don't know, Gustavo. It depends where you live, man. For me, it's 8 AM. Do you just boot up the game and join a match if you've registered in Battlefield Labs, or do you have to receive code via email or something? So, I mean, it depends how you get the code. If you are getting a Twitch drop, you have to go and redeem the code and link it to your EA account. If you got it via Battlefield Labs sign up, because anybody who signed up for Battlefield Labs is eligible as well, then you just get flagged. You don't have to redeem anything. But yeah, once that's been applied, that code has been applied to your EA account, you just go download the game, and then you should be able to play. I think open weapons are fine, provided the bonuses from signature weapons and class training are meaningful and actually conveyed to people well. Yeah, that is... They said they've actually gone out of the way to make it absolutely clear that, like, these weapons are for this class and this is what they do. Question is, are they going to be impactful enough? I don't know, dude. Like, Battlefield 2042s were really not that great. I didn't think at all about what class I was playing or what weapon I was taking. I just took the weapon I wanted to take with the class I wanted to take. Is it going to be the same in this game? Not sure. Some of the perks sound really good. Like, I think Engineer for SMG, they get faster... Is it sprint to fire time? Faster draw, like, weapon draw time? That sounds great with an SMG, especially if it's got a laser on there and you're hip firing. So I can see that being a bit of a game changer. For the assault class, What was it? I've got difficulty remembering which was a signature trait for the class and which was like a signature weapon trait, you know? Because there's both of those things. But I think the assault class are able to switch between weapons faster. I'm not sure if that's a thing if you're just using assault rifles or not. I think that may just be the class trait. Oh, that's pretty cool, Torbis, with the LMGs there, yeah. I do hope there's some good weapon diversity. When I was playing labs, it was hard to tell what was what. So I think if you know your weapons, you can tell by the way the weapon looks. I'm not like a big weapon buff, so the weapons were called like Assault Rifle 1, Assault Rifle 2, Assault Rifle 3. The attachments were called Grip 1, Grip 2, Grip 3. So I really couldn't even remember from one test to the other, like, oh man, what was I using last time? Sometimes I would save loadouts, and then they would just reset randomly, and all I could remember is I was using like the L85A2, and I know what that looks like, but like setup-wise, I couldn't remember the grip I was using. Some of the things did have names, like the ammo types had names, ballistic ammo, armor piercing, and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be nice to play the beta and have them all named. Yeah, Junior, I'll check the Discord, dude. Oh, that just shows where you got shot, man. You're talking about that? Yeah, I'm not going to show you guys like this, because I can't be bothered pulling it up on screen. He's talking about this, guys, where it shows in the bottom right. Yeah, it shows. It's really, really nice as well. It shows exactly how many rounds you took, and which one killed you, how much damage each round did, and then where you got shot. I'm not sure if the highlighted area, I think that's where the kill shot is. Yeah, I know you know them all, Torbis. Does vehicle scan only show infantry and vehicles, or can it show enemy deployed mines too? That's a good question. I'm not 100% on that, dude. There was a weird bug in labs though, where it was showing mines. Everybody's mines were visible. There was so many mines as well. I don't know why, but I think there was a bug where mines persisted to death. So engineers were putting mines down, and they were just there forever. So, by the way, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you've never played it before and you see an engineer's mine, go up to that mine and shoot it with your gun. You will be blown away, literally and figuratively, by how it looks and sounds. I spent probably half my playing time in that playtest just shooting mines because I just did not get tired of the insane explosion that it produces. Hey, Classy, you're freaking hyped for tomorrow? Yeah, me too, dude. Also, that voice crack. That's what happens when you get hyped, am I right? Yeah, I was saying at the start of stream, but it's just, I don't know. This excitement I think that everybody's feeling is kind of contagious. It's really, really nice. Oh, look at this guy getting in behind enemy lines here. Does falling rubble inflict damage? It sure does. You can do rubble drops, just like in Battlefield 3. Spec Ops 3 should have given the recon more anti-vehicle perks rather than just basic sneak enhancements. Yeah, I have to say, again, I'm reluctant to pass judgment on anything before I playtested it. But I will say, based on what the Spec Ops tree looks like, it didn't sound very impressive to me. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the first perk you get is quieter footsteps when you're either crouched or prone, which is not that useful because most of the time you're going to be running around, not crouched or prone, although there is crouch sprinting, so, you know, maybe that is going to be useful. Then you get like, oh, look at all those bodies. Then you get the ability to spot gadgets, which is like okay, but not that good. And then I can't even remember the third one. That was even like less impressive. So, by the way, guys, this objective that he's playing under right now, so yeah, it looks like this is in breakthrough. I'm not watching the footage so much. I'm more watching the chat, letting you guys watch the footage instead. But this specific sector that they're on here, under this bus, it's so difficult. It's so crazy. All of these buildings around, you can be in all of these windows. You can take out all the walls on the buildings. So it's just like absolute madness with people getting under that bus. It's often the only place that you can hide. That's why there were so many dead bodies under there. You're never on the sea point, Torbis? Yeah, I don't blame you. If they decide to lock weapons, don't all these class passives now go away or not make sense? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the issue, right? Some of them do. I mean, I think it's okay with the open or closed weapons, but like the assault class with the weapon sling is more of a concern for me, because right now, one of the traits is that you can switch weapons quicker. So if they would say that means they're probably never gonna remove the weapon sling if people really don't like it, because then they're also gonna have to replace the trait. Although that being said, you know, oh, that was painful to watch. They've also, you know, completely revamped the recon class, right? They've given it a completely new tree. They've taken away the spawn beacon. So who's to say they can't do that for assault? Yeah, somebody was saying it looks like he revives very quickly there, like 3 or 4 people all at once. I think, yeah, he's playing as support here. So you can revive very quickly with the defibs. Stid the Kid, yeah, I think there's going to be crossplay on beta, dude, so you should be able to, as long as you've got people added who have the EA app, you'll just connect to them via the EA account. I like that voice line. Were those 5070s in the reveal events PCs or the TI version, if anybody knows? I have no idea what they were playing on. Maybe you know that, Torbis. I mean, I would guess they were pretty good PCs, though. No, it's not. It's not live, Moose. It starts tomorrow morning. Why are all the buildings crumbling like paper with one explosive? I think it's a little bit of an illusion flare gun. Like, the facade comes down and it sort of opens up, like, some of the walls, right? So you are exposed. Because I don't think we also want people in tiny windows on head glitches all over the map. Like, it's designed that, like, if nobody destroys it, you're on a head glitch, and good for you. But the way you combat that head glitch, then, is by taking down the wall with an explosive. But it doesn't take down, like, the whole building. Like, you're not taking down all of the inner walls or all of the floors or everything. Those take much more punishment. Are there suppression effects? Am I seeing score for suppression assist? There is suppression, and I can tell you guys, as confirmed by Mr. Florian, who is one of the designers on the game, that suppression actually delays health regeneration. I'm not sure for how long, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but if somebody suppresses you and you've been damaged, it's going to take you longer for your health to regen. Bit of a, you know, controversial one there, I think. I'm not keen on it, but again, I'm going to see how it plays out in the beta. In fact, I can show you guys a screenshot that I think I took this somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, so he says it's not always been a thing, though. In 2042 and Battlefield 5, it didn't do that, if memory serves me as well. And he's talking about, like, suppression has delayed health regen for the past 14 years. This guy obviously doesn't know what he's on about. This is pretty much the only meaningful thing that suppression does in Battlefield 6, and you can easily play around it. Play the beta and experience it. Give feedback. We'll be reading. So it sounds like, you know, they're going to wait and see. Like, it doesn't sound like they have their minds completely set on it. They are going to act on it if they need to. Ghost were from the same time zone. Oh, really? I don't think there's not many many countries that are in the same time zone as Iceland, actually.
Sniper confirmed in your area. Keep your heads down. We have initiated our attack on Alpha.
There you go, guys. Have another key. That's for the early access. Alright, Mr. Torbis, take care, man. I'll see you tomorrow, dude. For the gaming day of gamings. It's gonna be a good one.
Captured by hostiles.
Oh, nice, Lucky. You're from Greece? Oh, I never would have guessed from your name. That's cool, though, man. Hope you have a good time here. Any leaks of the campaign? There are no... Well, there has been one leak of the campaign, but it was basically just the same snippet that we saw from the actual reveal trailer, which showed mainly campaign footage, so I guess I would say no. Thank you guys for all the follows, by the way. Really appreciate it. We will be live tomorrow morning. I'll be streaming the game pretty much all day. I will take some breaks and stuff like that. I'm going to have to take a break probably midday to put out a video and give you guys my initial thoughts on the game. But then I'll probably come back and be streaming in the evening. And that entire time, you guys will also be able to get drops for early access. So if you don't manage to get a key before then you can definitely do it that way too. The time window for flares is much shorter than it was in 2042. What do you think about that? Again, Quell, I haven't really had enough time in jets or helis yet to comment too much on it. Also, it depends on the cooldown. You know, is the cooldown quicker to offset that, maybe? I'm not sure, dude. I was mentioning this earlier, but on the second day of the beta, my plan is really to... On the first day, I'm just going to kind of play the game however I want. Try all the guns, try all the classes, try the vehicles, just play the game. On the second day, I'm going to try and be a bit of a vehicle sweat, you could say. And try and get some experience in all the vehicles. And then I'll put out a video and give you guys some thoughts on that. Can you control what side you exit a vehicle? I think you can, yeah. I think it's like 2042 and BF4. You look to the right, you exit on the right side. Don't quote me on that, though. It's been probably 6 weeks since I played the game, guys. So it really is hard to remember. Am I in the UK? No, I'm in Iceland. Hey, what do I do about my account? It's disabled by EA for some reason. Can I play without an account? Well, no, you can't play without an account, that's for sure. I would probably, if you're this close, Moon Knight, to the release, I'd just make a new one. Like, if it's just for the beta, maybe just make a new one, play the beta on that, and then try and figure out your account, your main account afterwards. Although, you know, if you really care about the cosmetics that you could only unlock in the beta, then that might be an issue, because they would then be tied to that account. Drops are happening tomorrow, Zaid, and they will be only on Twitch. Just so you guys know, drops are only a Twitch thing. They are not a YouTube thing. So you guys are, of course, welcome to watch wherever you want. I'll be streaming on Twitch and YouTube. But if you need a drop, then you want to be watching on the Twitch side. And link is in the description for that, if you want to hop over that. I do think the menus, I'm not like, one of the things I'd say looks a little bit placeholder almost is the menus in the game. I also think a lot of the UI looks sort of, I don't know, just low resolution almost. In the same way that Battlefield 2042 does. It doesn't look crisp enough to me, you know? Maybe it's just because there's such bright colours and it's a style that I just don't like. But I think when it comes to the weapon customization as well, those menus seem somewhat placeholder. I had hoped after seeing it in labs that that was going to be something that was placeholder and they'd have a much updated version.
Could you send a shout out to my buddy Lou Sassole?
I can. Shout out to Lou Sassole. Sassole, I'm guessing. Probably the AI messed that up there. Thank you for the 20, dude. Appreciate that. But yeah, hopefully those are going to improve. I do know that UI is one of the last things to change in games in general, so maybe we're going to see somewhat of an update, you know, once the game fully releases. But they are somewhat better than they were in labs. Like, I've been in the client, obviously, I've messed around in the options, and once it looks the same, it feels a lot smoother to, you know, navigate around in the options than it did in labs client. So I'm assuming that the weapon... Whoa! The weapon customization is the same. Wait a minute. Can we see that ragdoll there again? I've seen a lot of these. I really hope this is going to be in the beta. This is one of those things, silly ragdolls. It doesn't make the game any worse, does it? It doesn't affect the gameplay. It's just funny. I mean, you don't want it to happen at every kill, because then it would be ridiculous if they were just people were flying around everywhere, but I've seen a lot of those. Ragdoll is a must-have. Yeah, man. I love it. Can't get worse than 2042 UI where you don't know if the slider is on or off. No, I mean, it can't get worse than that, but I don't think we should be using Battlefield 2042 as any sort of bar to compare anything to, guys. Let's just get that straight. That is not the bar of comparison. To make this game better than Battlefield 2042, you really can't fail at that. That is, you know, an unfailable mission, but we want it to be way, way better than that. And thankfully, I think we can say it looks like it's going to be. Funny glitches make the game better. Yeah, if it's a glitch like that, if it's a glitch where your hovercrafts can climb literal buildings, then maybe not so much. If it's a glitch where people are invincible, you know, we've seen that more than I'd like to admit. That's not fun either. There's got to be some kind of... There has to be some kind of game-breaking bug, though, right? Would it be a Battlefield release without some insane bug? What's up, Crash? Dude, we're like the same age-ish, aren't we? I want to say that we're around the same age. Otherwise, maybe I look way older than I feel. I don't know, dude. How old are you? I'm 37. I've been checking your videos, though, man. It's nice. It's really just fun to see, you know, everybody happy. Like, people are watching more, creators are making more videos, more streamers are coming back. Like, people who didn't play Battlefield for years are coming back. I'm seeing people in Twitch chat who I haven't seen since I used to stream BF4, and now they're just coming back around and, like, checking out the game again. It's awesome, dude. It feels like the community has kind of always been there, and they've just been waiting in the wings. You know, as we knew that was the case. 38? Ha! I knew you're older than me. Okay. I'll be 38 on the 19th of October. So, you've not got much of a head start, I don't think. I was actually saying this before, like, we don't know what's going to happen with the next game. Like, what are your thoughts on that, Crash? It would be nice to hear, like, where do they go from this? Because they keep talking about this Battlefield universe, and from the way they talk about this game at the events, it's like, oh, we're gonna support this game for years to come. Something tells me we're not gonna see another Battlefield game, even in maybe 2 years from now. We could see like an interesting spin-off like Hardline 2 or a Bad Company 3, and they keep this game going as well. Maybe like more single-player stuff or something like that, but it sounds like they kind of just want to keep going with this. Of course, we're going to see the Battle Royale and all that stuff, and they just want to like build this up. But there's never any guarantee, just because this game's good, that the next one's going to be good. So I'm like, this might be my last good Battlefield game, guys. You know, I mean, I hope I'm not going to die that soon. But like the thought starts to cross my mind when I'm like 37 and I'm like, if I have to wait another 10 years for another good game after this one, I swear to God, I might not be here anymore, guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be morbid or anything, but yeah, I'm just saying, DICE, think about that. Do you really want that on your conscience? It's hard to tell. I really hope they keep this one supported all the way to the next one. I think they do Bad Company 3. I think Bad Company 3 would be kind of like a no-brainer, wouldn't it? My guess is they kind of like flip-flop between serious Battlefield game and then like a more tongue-in-cheek Battlefield game, like Bad Company or a Hardline or something. But maybe, like I said, maybe support this one at the same time. So people who say, oh, I don't want like, you know, a Battlefield game that doesn't take itself seriously, well, they don't have to play that one. They can keep playing this one that's being supported. I saw some COD creator, I can't remember exactly who it was, but they were saying, like, the Battlefield community is the only community who still plays, like, the old games. Like, if you look at any other community, Call of Duty, everybody's playing the new game. Like, nobody's playing, what came before Black Ops 6, guys? I don't even know. I don't play COD. I don't really keep up with COD, but whatever game came before that, nobody's playing that, you know, because they prefer it. Everybody just goes to the next game, and then a new game comes out and they go to that one. But if you look at Battlefield, like, there's a bunch of people whose favorite is BF1 and they play that game every day still. There's a bunch who play Battlefield 4, a bunch who play Battlefield 5, some who play Battlefield 2042, right? And it's because there hasn't been like this one unifying game yet, but I think those numbers are definitely going to shift over to this game soon.
Let's go. Frag out. Objective Alpha is under control. Hostiles have seized Bravo.
Now, how can I explain to my wife that I'm not too old to play such games? Dude, you can play whatever games you like. You don't have to be a certain age. If I want to play My Little Pony, well, goddamn, I'm gonna play My Little Pony. You know what I mean? Judge me. Judge me, guys. If I want to play Animal Crossing, it's happening. Been playing Battlefield 4 since middle school. Yeah, dude. I think a lot of us have been there. It's kind of funny to see people on the channel say, "Oh, yo, Ghost, you're still making content? I used to watch you when I was like a teenager in school, and now I'm an adult with a house and a wife," and I'm like, what? That's crazy to me. You already had one of those not playing because they added a female voice in the game, people. Oh, dude, that's so silly. I mean, I can't really say stuff like females in video games really bothers me. You know, like, it's a trend, right? Like, it's where everything's going. Movies are all going there. All games are going there. It's not just a Battlefield thing. Everybody is changing the way that they think and trying to represent everybody equally. I don't mind it at all. What I don't like is when it's sort of shoved down my throat, you know? Like sometimes games, movies will go out of their way like to put an all-female cast in a role that doesn't really make sense, or something like that. And I don't like that when you can sort of blatantly tell that they've sort of compromised on their vision just to have, you know, whichever person in that game or that movie. I think that's kind of stupid, but just generally having a good diversity in there, I think is a good thing. So, you know, haters gonna hate, man. I don't know. There's gonna be some people who whine about this game. I've already seen people saying they don't like this game and they're just gonna keep on playing Delta Force. Like, I'm not even trolling you, man. Some people would rather play Delta Force than this game. You know, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, if you've played... Maybe some people haven't played this, right? I mean, of course, a lot of people haven't played it, so maybe they just don't know, but... Delta Force is basically a mobile game. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, for me, it was always going to be a stopgap between games. It was never going to replace Battlefield 6. It was always just like, oh, I guess I'll play this and talk about this until BF6 comes out. And to be honest, I stopped playing it sooner than I thought I would. Yeah, the maps are pretty small. I agree with you guys in the chat there. But we've only seen 3 maps so... Well, we've seen 4 maps. But some of the largest maps have yet to be seen. So, one of them... Oh, what is the name of the map? The name escapes me, but the largest map that's coming in Battlefield 6, we haven't seen that one yet. So, that's going to be the bar to judge the others by, I suppose. I think Operation Firestorm is going to be pretty big. That's going to be, like, one of the ones with all the vehicles. Hey, that one guy. How do you get access? So I've got another code to give away here for you guys in a bit. If you can get a code, right? There's lots of people giving away codes at the moment, but the probably surefire way is to tune into a Twitch stream tomorrow morning. So as soon as the beta goes live, which is 8 o'clock in the morning for me, I'll be streaming it. I know a bunch of creators will be streaming it, and if you watch any of them on Twitch, you can get a drop by watching for 30 minutes, and then you just redeem your key. You should be good to go. That's right, Ladeus has 6 codes, apparently. He's doing a giveaway on Twitter, right, Ladeus? I did retweet that, right? I think. Feel free to share the link to that, Ladeus, in the chat if you want, man. Just so people can get in on it. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what's in that update. Like 6.9 gigabytes? Oh, you already did that one? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, feel free to share the love, man. I ain't gonna stop you, that's for sure. Yeah, 6.9 gigabytes. Like, what can that be? I think... The only thing that comes to mind is the changes they mentioned to the TTK and the classes in a previous blog post. You know, outside of that, I mean, that sounds like a lot though, doesn't it? Just to change around a couple of things in the game, like 6.9 gigabytes? Sounds like there could be a lot of textures for something, but who knows? Maybe it was a day 1 patch that's been planned all along. Oh, cheers, that's that. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, of course, any of you guys, you know, who come along to my stream tomorrow, super appreciative. I'm aware there's going to be a lot of people streaming. You guys probably have lots of content creators that you watch. But if you guys choose to come out and hang around with me for a bit, that's mega appreciated. I will be live, you know, most of the day as much as I can, though. So, If you do want to come by, you should be able to catch me sort of whenever. Near enough whenever. I will have to take some breaks. I don't have a shit bucket like this guy. Wait a minute, let me find the photo for you. I don't have one of these setups, but this is pretty nice, right? I gotta say though, dude, this room, I'm sorry if this person is watching maybe, but this room is nasty, dude. Like, the walls are just all kind of covered in, like, I don't know. There's a white stain there. I don't even want to know what those walls are covered in, actually. I can only imagine. So no Battlefield 6 24-hour stream. You know, there's part of me that wants to do a streamathon. Because I've never done a streamathon. But then I realized I'm like almost 38 years old, man. I don't know if I can do that. I can't sit in my chair for 24 hours. Like, I need to get up and move around and eat food and... I don't know. I feel like I will be crippling myself. Plus, my gameplay will be trash because I just get tired and then die all the time for you guys. Is it advisable to use our 2042 settings on Battlefield 6? No, I would say not, Clyde. So I thought that going into labs, right? I just basically took the exact same sensitivity and plugged it into labs, and it was not the same, dude. So I don't know what it equates to. Like I said, I'm hoping that mouse sensitivity updates their website with Battlefield 6 as soon as the beta goes live, so that I can get my exact sense dialed in there. 24-hour stream is worthless. Moreover, it gets boring. Yeah, I mean, that also kind of makes sense. You gotta leave them wanting more, right? 24 hours would take a year off of Ghost life. Thank you guys. Appreciate the follows. I'm 37, and every time I'm like, let's go all-nighter, and then when hours claim it. Yeah, I feel you, dude. I feel you. I can honestly only play with like 100% focus for maybe 2 hours. In the third hour, my focus starts waning. And then I have to get up and sort of do something else. I'm going to try and stick it out for longer than that, obviously, for the beta, but don't be surprised if I maybe stream like 3-4 hours, and then I would say, okay, I'm going to take a little break, I'm going to go grab some food, I'm going to go maybe make a video, and then boot it back up again. 37, dude. 38 this year. Although code's been dropped today, so no like drops, Kyle, specifically, but I do have another to give away, and it sounds like Ladeus might be giving some away in the chat as well. Okay, so this video came out of Mr. Darlak. Let's find some Maxic. You guys were saying that this gameplay was fast, okay? In fact, I don't think we've seen this one. Oh, that's Teabag. I've got some stuff queued up here for you guys. Full breakthrough gameplay here by Maxic. Let's check this one out. What do you mean, Kep? We're not old AF, dude. We're still young. In what world is 30-something old? Like, yeah, maybe if you're 10 years old, that's old, but I'm guessing most of you guys aren't. Age is just a number. It's your KD that really matters. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? We've got some sniper action going on here. Oh, notice, by the way, down in the bottom right there, you do have zeroing, so it says B 100 meters. I'm guessing that's for zeroing. KD matters only to scrubs. Okay. Yeah, because killing people doesn't matter, right? It doesn't help cap objectives, does it, guys? You could totally go cap objectives without killing anybody. You're 15, Tailman? You're not even allowed to play this game, are you? You're one of the ones who has to constantly lie about his age, are you? Well, don't worry, man. 3 years. 3 years to go, then you won't have to anymore. I still have to put my age in, fortunately, though. What can you tell us about jets? They used to be very effective in the right hands. Is it still like that? Difficult to say. It's difficult to say. I've only had one playtest where this map here that we're watching right now, which is called the what's it called? It was called Capstone when I played it. It's called something totally different now, but regardless, this is the only map that has jets. So I only had one chance, really, for a couple of hours to try them out. And they didn't seem that great when I was trying them out. They didn't have the bombs on them, though. So from footage I've seen, most of the people getting kills are getting them with the bombs. Like the turret or the cannon on the front, it seems to have a lot of spread. So whenever I tried to go with infantry, I didn't get a single hit marker. And that wasn't because I sucked at aiming. It's just the spread was so crazy. So I think that's kind of just like a no-go there. But if you go for something slightly larger, like an attack helicopter or an enemy jet, it does insane damage. Like, it does so much damage, you will shred an attack helicopter in half a second. It's actually overpowered, in my opinion. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, Krayway. That is UTC, so you can equate that to your time. Don't worry, boys. Ghost got about 3 years to go before he puts into a retirement home. Yep. Yeah, I should just about manage to finish this game. And then I'm going to hang up my content creator hat and check myself in. I'll tell you something. If I do end up in a retirement home, which I kind of hope I don't, I hope to see some of you guys there. And I hope we're going to be gaming. I am very curious to see how many gamers there's going to be. Because I've noticed, even the 10 or so years I've been making content, like, I've noticed my demographics going up in age. So I think in another 20 years, you're going to see people watching YouTube videos of this kind of stuff who are maybe, like, in their 70s, in their 80s even. Get ready, boys. There is a code coming. He's going to do one on Twitch and one on YouTube. Okay. Appreciate that, Ladies. That's very kind of you, man.
Discord. We'll have an event Discord set up to focus the gameplay sessions over the next few days. The Discord client has been pre-installed on your PC. Please log into your Discord account when you get to your seat. Our tech support team will be dropping by at your station over the course of the day to get you access.
I don't know what this... You guys can hear that voice in the background. That is from the gameplay there.
And video shadow plays for capture, OBS for streaming, and NVIDIA for broadcast.
Yo, I'm going to go ahead and shout out Mr. Ladeus there. Go and give him a follow on YouTube as well, guys. I know he's going to be streaming, right, Ladeus? Pretty sure he's going to be streaming tomorrow. And he makes content on Battlefield as well. I'm sure he's going to be all over Battlefield 6, as is everybody else. And he's also been providing me with footage for my videos. So that is majorly appreciated. Thank you so much for that, Ladeus.
After the capture session, you will have additional time on your stations for reviewing and editing.
Oh, I can hear what this is. Listen to this.
Today's event, we will transfer your footage from the PCs to separate hard drives. Please note the guidance in the event guide to ensure we don't miss any of your
So they're giving them instructions at the event, like saying like, after the capture session you can do this. This must have been the day before the reveal event that he's playing here, and they're just sort of putting out over loudspeakers for everybody to hear like what's gonna happen.
You will not be able to install any programs and plugins on the machine. If you need additional tools or plugins installed, please reach out to your DSL contact.
Wait, you got some codes as well, Battlefield Bros?
USB ports on your PCs are turned off. If you have brought a personal custom controller, please call our tech support team to get it set up. Tech requests from day one. For those who have requested, we will install multi-streaming plugins for you. If you haven't made this request and would like it, please call our support team.
How many viewers do you think Battlefield 6 will have on Twitch tomorrow? So, I don't know how many there are now, but like there's usually like, I think there's been around 20, 30k, like just over the past few days, maybe even up to 50k of people just watching, you know, streams like this one when the game's not even live yet. So I think there's going to be well, I don't even know, like, I don't really have much to compare it to, but I think maybe like 150, 200k maybe. A lot of people will just be playing it as well though, right? I'm more interested to see how many people play the game at once. Especially as it, like, a lot of people have to work, right? They're going to school tomorrow and whatnot. Well, maybe not school. I guess school's out at the moment. But still a lot of people are working, so in the afternoon, once it hits peak hours and everybody's home, I think then we're going to see, like, crazy numbers. Dude, what is that link? That does not look... That looks sussy. So I have seen some people getting keys by buying them. So I have seen some people getting...
We need to defend the marked objective.
But I'm not sure I fully trust those, dude. Like, I wouldn't necessarily, like, recommend to you guys to do that. Because it's kind of like getting keys for games through third-party affiliate sites, right? Yes, like, sometimes you can get them for cheaper, and usually they are legit, and you get your key, but I've heard, you know, some of them being kind of dodgy, and sometimes you might pay, and then you don't get anything. So I would hate to, like, lead you guys astray, and for you not to get what you think you're going to get there. So that's the reason I'm not, like, promoting any of these sites. But of course, if you want to try one, I've heard people getting keys for like 50 cents. That is one way you could go, but it's up to you guys if you want to try that or not. That's what I'm saying. You can get a key by just watching someone 30 minutes tomorrow, Big Smusher. So there's no need to spend money on a key when you can literally get it for free tomorrow for the sake of half an hour. Sorry, Battlefield Bros, I had to time you out, dude, to delete the messages, because I just don't trust them. Like I said, if people want to go and look up those things for themselves, then they're more than welcome to, but I don't really want them in the chat. But you'll be back soon. Don't worry. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, UTC. I'm in Australia. What time do I need to start watching? You can watch at any point, right? Like, I mean, Australian time, that's kind of like 12 hours behind, so it's probably like sometime in the evening. I mean, you can literally just go and Google UTC time now, and then just do the conversion of, like, how many hours ahead of UTC are you? I mean, where are we now? Okay, for me, it's 7 o'clock, so it's starting in 13 hours, guys. 13 hours from now. So whatever's 13 hours from now for you, that's when it's starting. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Dude, I feel the same way. And I'm going to have to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to be up even earlier than 8 to stream the game because they're probably going to start it up earlier than 8 o'clock just to start getting people in. And I kind of want to have the stream running as well, maybe at like, I don't know, 7? So it will be nice. Like, it's going to be funny though because there's probably going to be people watching who are like stayed up all through the night in the US. Or I think Pacific time, it's still only going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? You know, there's going to be people getting up early in the morning like me as well, so it's going to be an interesting time. Yo, what's up, Jose? What is Sovis filter in Battlefield 6 settings? Sovis filter? I don't even know what that is, dude. What time can you play in the UK? I think it depends how far are the UK ahead of us. Here in Iceland. I think you guys are 1 hour ahead, so I think it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I know Enders is planning to stay up all through the night. I mean, he probably stays up till that sort of time anyway, because he does this as his job, so he doesn't have to really get up for much. I've got tomorrow off and we'll be up late tonight to get an early start on the beta, take a short nap, eat something, and then play all day. Nice, dude. Sounds like a plan. What do you think of the chances that you guess a code? 0. Well, obviously there's some chance, but it's slim. Slim to none. Yep, I'm not from Iceland. I am from the UK, but I do live in Iceland. Let's go into this one. This is a really great video here from Maxic. Some really, really good moments, actually. Bang the quality up there. Let me find the link again for you guys where you can redeem it. I did post it earlier, but it's been a while. Let's see. Dum-dum-dum. Maybe it was Battlefield communication account? Battlefield comms? Yeah, man, 9 a.m. in the UK. Alright guys, here's like the FAQ I'm going to link you to exactly what you do to redeem your code and whatnot. Oh, nice, Cash. You liked it here? Tomorrow, will I need to link my Twitch account to EA to get a code? Yeah, you will. In fact, you should link it right now. Do you know Björk? No, I don't know her. Have I seen it? Yeah. Can you speak Icelandic then? Yep, I sure can. I have a code for the early access and redeemed it, but it's not letting me queue into the preload. Queue into the preload? Okay, so when you redeem the code, I don't know what it says because I haven't redeemed the code myself, guys. Maybe somebody in chat can confirm this who has. I assume it just says, hey, you've redeemed the code or something. Then your EA account is flagged for early access. All you do then is need to go to either the EA app, download the beta client, or go to Steam. If Steam is linked to your EA account, you can get the early access on Steam. If Steam isn't linked to your EA account and you redeem the code, I believe you will then have to use the EA app. So let's say you're on console. Let's say you're on PlayStation. If you want to play on PlayStation, make sure that Twitch is linked to your EA account. Make sure your PlayStation account is also linked to your EA account or whatever platform you want to play on, and then redeem the code. I think you can also link your account afterwards once you redeem the code, and that will work. It basically just flags your account for the early access, and then whatever account you play on will be flagged for that, you know. Anybody can download the game right now, regardless of if you have the early access or not.
Hostiles now hold objective Alpha.
Alright, friendlies have secured objective Delta.
Yeah, what's up, Taft? Welcome on.
We need defensive support on the marked objective.
I mean, Ghost slightly resembles Matimio in a way. Really? Okay, I've never heard that one before. I don't have any facial hair for one thing. I mean, I could, but I just generally shave. You know what? You know what, guys? Let me go to Nightbot. Let me make a timer that just says when the beta starts. Because I'm getting this question like every 2 seconds. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not, you know, that's cool. But it's just easy for you guys. Let's see. New timer. Battlefield 6 beta. I'll put a few time zones in here for you. Let's see, 9 GMT, that's the English one, isn't it? 10 o'clock CEST, it's 4 in the morning EST, and it's 1 in the morning Pacific time. 7th of August.
Enemy sniper located in the AO.
Hostile forces are still ahead in the fight. Let's regroup.
Come on, let's step it up.
Wait, what am I on here? Twitch. Okay, let's see if that works. Should go off every 5 minutes. What's the crouch spamming going on there?
I've spotted a hostile sniper in our AO.
What has happened? I've lost my YouTube. I've lost the stream, guys. Where do you go? I got too many bloody windows open here. Oh, there it is. There we are. $10 a.m. for France. That's not too bad. That's the best time, right? You don't have to get up too early. Like, you can get up, have some breakfast, use the bathroom, get your shit bucket. You're good to go, man. Good to go. I gotta get up with a crack as of dawn. Ghost, I sent you a direct message for the Instagram for Razer. They are giving away 50,000 codes, like I said. Those links legit. Check it off stream. Did you send me this on Discord? Let's see. Where did you send this, dude? Whisper through Twitch. Oh. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'll post this one in shot then. Looks to be legit. Alright, shout out Mr. Battlefield Bro. Sorry about the timeout earlier. I gotta be careful about these things. So I've checked this link out, guys. It's legit. It's basically just an official Razer post here. And it says they're dropping 50,000 early access codes for the Razer community to join the action on August 7th and 8th. Claim yours now at, and then they give you a link. So basically, you've got to go and click the link inside the link that I just showed you. It's an Instagram link. I don't know what you do in there, like if you just apply and you get a code, but there's a lot of people in the comments saying thank you Razer, thank you Razer. So it seems to be like a lot of people are getting keys from that. This is some impressive marketing, though. They're getting people to engage so much just to get early access. It is, yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely better this way, though, because they could have easily said, hey, if you pre-order the game, you get early access, and that's it. You know, but I think they know that this time, they need to put their money where their mouths are. They need to make sure that people... And they're giving us a huge beta, right? There's 4 maps in the second week, at least 3 in the first week. A bunch of game modes. Like, they're giving us almost half the content from the game to really try out things. So, that is... I think that really speaks volumes to how much they believe in the game. And again, they've made it so pre-ordering, you know, doesn't give you access. You've got to get an access in a free way. Yeah, I've already dropped a few, Kyle. I got one more to drop, and I'm going to do that actually pretty soon. I'm not sure if Ladeus is still around, because he was dropping codes earlier as well.
Objective Bravo captured by hostiles.
Yo, Cryptic, thank you so much for the subs, dude. That is mighty kind of you. Thank you for the gifteds.
Well, clearly Cryptic Rages thinks they're doing something impressive by gifting 5 subs. As if that's going to somehow make them stand out in a world full of weaker beings trying to earn their fleeting moment of glory.
Oh shit, man, the AA is cropping.
It's a nice gesture, sure, but let's not get carried away thinking that makes them awesome. It's just a drop in the ocean. But in their world, I guess it counts for something.
Okay, well, I appreciate you, Cryptic Rages, okay? Even though the AI doesn't, apparently. That's kind of funny, though. I wasn't expecting him to just
Cryptic Rages has
drop
been
on you.
subbed for months. They wanted to say this.
Oh, well, they didn't say anything. Emotional damage. Did you get the Switch 2 or still rocking the OG? My wife got the Switch 2. And my son, actually. She sold her original one. I don't have a Switch 2, I have a Steam Deck, though. Am I going to test out the jets? Oh, yeah, you can bet, man. Like, as much as I can, you know, the 3 maps in the game, only one of them has jets, so... Is the matchmaking system going to be like a map rotation? Is it going to be like 2042, where you just get put into anything? I don't know, but I'm going to try my best to get some good jet gameplay in for you guys. On the second day, specifically, I'm going to try to, you know, sort of camp the vehicles a little bit and get plenty of experience and get plenty of gameplay, and then put up a video on those. So I can hopefully, you know, give you guys some solid thoughts. Imagine getting roasted for gifting. You got to be careful, man. Like, I think what I told the AI is that whenever somebody gifts, it should tell them why they're awesome. Apparently, it did not do that. So, bad Tangier. Let me go double check. How did I set this alert up, dude? Let's see. New gifted subs. It literally says, why is username so awesome for gifting this many subs? It literally says that. But instead, it just decided to not tell you how you're awesome. Instead, tell you how it didn't matter. So, I apologize. It's out of my control, man. It's out of my hands. Do you think they ran out of codes for Razer? I mean, 50,000 codes is a lot of codes, but that being said, there's what, 20, 30,000 people watching on Twitch right now. There's like been 50,000 people waiting to get in game. I'm sure a lot of people have already got codes. I'd say that's quite a lot of codes to go around, guys. These servers are going to be ruined. I really don't know what's going to go on with the servers. Like, I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to wake up in the morning and find that the servers are full and there's a huge queue. I'm even more worried that maybe some of you guys who have to work all day are going to come home and try and log on and again find that there is a queue. Hopefully that's not going to happen though. There's no way they should know what to expect. I mean, probably. Hopefully that's going to be the case, right? It is, after all, a huge game. It is EA, right? They've got plenty of money for plenty of servers. But I'm not sure they knew exactly how big of a reveal this would be. I mean, they put tons of money into this, right? They really banked on this paying off. Like, can you imagine? They put $400 million into this game, guys. Can you imagine how much money went into the marketing as well? Probably a lot. Probably a lot. So I'm sure they were banking on that paying off for them. And I think it certainly has. I mean, they have also been hoping that there's going to be 100 million players. So if you're going to have 100 million players, you also need a butt ton of servers. you took work off, so if I'm in just queue all day, it will be quite a little annoying. Yeah, exactly right. That would really suck, but hopefully it's not going to happen. See, I think the reason, if you guys recall, there was one Battlefield Labs test where they invited many more people than usual, and they had a 72-hour weekend-long test. And I think that was basically in preparation for this beta weekend, to make sure that the server infrastructure was sound and that it was working, because when you have most of the regular Battlefield, the labs testing, you know, you didn't have anywhere, you maybe had like a couple of thousand, I think it was like 4,000 people in the labs, something like that, so you didn't have anywhere near as many then. My guess is we're going to see server shutdown on some other past EA games to control the Battlefield 6 servers. Well, they have been shutting down servers for past Battlefield games for a while now, haven't they? Well, anyway, they will have more success than Concord for less price. That's true. That is true. Poor old Concord, eh? Did you guys play that game? I didn't even play that one. It was dead. It was like, I heard about it, and then it was dead. That was kind of strange. Oh, this is interesting. This is like really bad quality here, guys. But so Florian here, aka Drunksy, he is one of the game designers. I'm not sure if he's lead game designer. I think he's actually lead game designer. And they said that they're going to keep an eye on scope glint, first of all. Maybe tone it down if it's too overpowered in the beta. But apparently he's also confirmed they're going to do the same with bullet trail. So I didn't think that was something that's like insane, to be honest with you. Like bullet trail, I didn't really notice that in the labs testing, but I don't know, apparently it is. Some people have said they can't really see where their bullets are going. And I think that's something to do with the fact that the screen center is no longer like tied to your reticle. You'll notice that, right? That where your bullets are going, it's tied to the optic. It's not tied to the middle of your screen. Oh, look at T-Bag going ham, dude. So this is from T-Bag Gaming, of course. He's a controller player. Yeah, he's on controller here. So maybe we get a look at what aim assist is like. Damn, look at that flash there. That's kind of interesting. And so for that reason, though, as well, because it's not tied to the center of your screen, there is significant scope sway when you do things like jump around a corner, or you slide, or do any kind of crazy movement ability in the game. And that means that you're not gonna be able to aim as well, right? Whereas in other games, I believe it was like in BF1, I think it was decoupled from the actual optic. It was just center screen. So even though you jumped and your weapon swayed around like that, if you know where the center of your screen is, your bullets will still just go there. Yeah, you're right, PB. You can just buy a CD key for it, or, you know, a drop key on CD keys, but is it really worth spending money on when you can get it for free for, like, the sake of half an hour? Especially if you're somebody who enjoys watching streamers anyway. I mean, you guys are all here now, right? I don't have drops now, so if it was me, I would just watch somebody for half an hour and get the drop that way. Have you seen the video of Silk using the F-16s on the streamer? On what streamer? I don't think so, no. I haven't seen everybody's videos yet. My friend bought it for 40 US money just to have a look at the game that is going to die in a week. That's stupid. He must be desperate, dude. I bet there's scalpers selling codes on, like, eBay or something for $60 a code. I mean, how long does it take you to earn $40? Probably more than half an hour. So, yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe he bought it, though, before he knew it was going to be the case. Random question, do you know if the voice lines are any good? I just watched a nostalgic Battlefield video, and the way they yelled and the crazy shit they said while getting shot was so good. Yes, they are good, from what I've heard. I've actually been impressed with them. You guys will see tomorrow. You'll see tomorrow. It's pretty immersive. I didn't hear a single voice line, and maybe there weren't that many when I played Labs, but I have heard some new ones from this sort of footage. I haven't heard a single one where I went, oh, that was like cringe, or that didn't fit in, or something. Oh, there you go. There you go, Teabag. Got him. You know, so if you're thinking like Battlefield, holy crap, man, this shotgun. Oh, yes. This is insane. That thing is disgusting. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. I'm just mesmerized by the shotguns. If you're thinking it's going to be like Battlefield 2042, where, you know, it's mega cringe, I wouldn't worry about it. It's good. It's fine. And some of them even felt a little bit like Battlefield 1-y. I've heard from some creators as well that apparently, like, the death screams, some of them have been taken directly from BF4 as, like, a bit of a nostalgic throwback. I usually don't go to Twitch much. I'm only here for the in-game rewards that come with watching the live streams on Twitch. Yeah, I totally get that, Noah. But, that also bears mentioning, guys. Outside of the drops, there's going to be more drops. So there are also going to be in-game cosmetics, which will carry through to the actual release of the game that you can get. And you get one for each hour. So I think you've got to watch like 4 hours to get all 4 of the cosmetics. Don't quote me on exactly what those cosmetics are. I think some of them are vehicle and weapon skins. So, you know, it depends. If that's something that matters to you, then you'll have to hang around for a while. I mean, honestly, it's pretty easy to farm Twitch drops, though, isn't it? Let's not beat about the bush. We're not sat here watching the creator all the time. You just put it on your computer and then mute it, and then, like, you're just kind of done. Let's go with Maxic.
We need to secure all hostile territory. First sector is ready for attack.
Well, you actually can't mute it, but you can turn the volume down. That's so funny. You can hear people in the background. He knew that. That was the reason he bought it. I've seen some of the content creators buying it for the same purpose. I see. You know, I would really hope they open up the gun range a little bit before the servers go up. So I'll give you guys a bit of inside information there. Whenever they did Battlefield Labs look just like the way you log in at the moment, right? When it's not active, you can log into the game at any time. And you can, you know, mess around there and you can change your settings and stuff. But you can't do anything. You can't go in the test range. It's just like it is right now.
Has been subbed for months. They wanted to say this.
Thank you, Bubba Lajanson, for the subscription. Appreciate that. It's a shame when nobody actually says anything, though, in the sub message, and then it doesn't read anything out. What was I saying? Yes, so basically, Labs, it works the exact same way as the beta at the moment for anybody who's logged in there. You can change your options, but you can't do anything else. However, every time there was a Labs test, so they'd say, okay, the test is going to be from 6 PM till 8 PM, they would open up only the test range half an hour before Labs started, right? So at 5:30, you could get in the test range, you could start warming up, you could start dialing in your mouse sensitivity, you could start preparing your weapons, getting your loadouts done. So I wouldn't be that surprised if before the servers for the actual like game boot up, they allow us all into the test range at like at 7:30, half an hour, you know, before the servers open up there. So I don't want to promise you guys, like, you know, don't hate me if you get up half an hour earlier and then nothing happens, but I'm probably going to do that. Inukis, I will indeed have drops enabled tomorrow, so you guys are welcome to come by here for those. I'll be streaming as much as I can. Pretty much as my body allows me.
All units, hostile territory has been seized. You're leaving the battlefield. Return.
Anukis has been subbed for months. They wanted to say this.
Thank you, Anukis, for this. Appreciate it, dude. I have some important questions. Hopefully you respond. Yes, that's the way it works. The way it works is you link your EA account to your Twitch account. Once you've done that, you watch a Twitch stream, like mine, for example, for half an hour, and then you'll get a drop.
Magpie Luck has been subbed for months. They wanted to say this.
Thank you, Magpie Luck. Appreciate it, dude. Once you've got the drop, you will get a key that you have to go over to a website, and you redeem the key. And once that's done, your EA account will now be flagged for the early access. And then you just log in on whatever platform you play on, and you can play. That's pretty much how it works. You know what? Let me try and find... I'm going to go and find this FAQ, and I'm going to put that in the timer. And I might actually just put it in a command with exclamation drops. So that anybody... I can just exclamation drop you guys, and you're like, okay, I see what we have to do here. Yo, what's up, Game Stars? Welcome, dude. Okay, I'll post this to you guys right now so you can have a look at it, but I'll put it in the command as well. Have I seen Tactical Brit settings video regarding the scale setting and changing the 133 to 156 or something? Is this something you've changed? Keep up the good work. Oh, cheers, Gary. I've not watched it yet, no. And to be honest, it's kind of hard. Maybe he's had more time to me to compare the games together. But it's been difficult to actually compare settings in Battlefield 6 to Battlefield 2042. So I'm not sure. Like, I do know one thing they've changed is the FOVs are horizontal instead of vertical. So Battlefield have been some of the only games that are sort of known for using vertical FOV. So I would always use 89, which equates to 120 horizontal. But now it's just horizontal. So that's something to be aware of there.
When can we expect Ghost Gaming's Firestorm 24/7 Bonanza portal server to go live?
Thank you for the 5, man. Well, I'm not sure if it will be called that or it will be on that map. But I am planning some pretty big things for Portal, guys. I do have plans for, you know, a full-on 64-player game. Hopefully getting 64 people all on Discord together, all in separate channels, everyone with their own squad. It's not going to be exactly mil-simmy, but I think it could be a lot of fun. I'll have to figure out the details of that, and whenever I do decide to do it, I'll definitely be making a video on it, so yeah, stay tuned for that one. I may well do a server that's just like jet maps only, though, once the main game comes out. There's only going to be one map, unfortunately, now in the beta with jets, but yeah.
Be advised, Alpha is being captured by hostiles. Forward attack on Alpha is in progress.
All right. Let's see if this works.
We need attack support on the marked objective.
Okay, there we go. So I'll remove the text that says drops are ended for now. Obviously tomorrow once the drops are live. But those are pretty much the instructions, guys. Just you got to make sure that your EA account is linked to both Twitch, otherwise you will not get the drop unless it's linked to Twitch. And then you've also got to make sure that whatever platform you want to play on is also linked to your EA account. So if you want to play on PlayStation, you know, Xbox, Steam, EA app, Epic, wherever you're playing, just make sure you got it. I would recommend doing it now. Like, make sure that your EA account is linked to all the necessary things.
Why don't you play the TDM again?
Simeon, is Battlefield 6 coming with a premium version? No, it's not, mate. So there is a sort of deluxe edition if you want it. It's called the Phantom Edition, and all you get for that is the Battle Pass. Whenever that comes, you get like some tier skips for the Battle Pass, I think, and you get some cosmetics. So I think that pretty much spells out that there is not going to be a premium for Battlefield 6. You know, not in the way we know it, not with maps and whatnot. I think we'll just be seeing the same thing as Battlefield 2042, where we get seasons with maps and weapons and whatnot. I just hope it's going to be more than we got in 2042. Yep, pretty much. Whenever once the beta starts tomorrow, yeah, you can get drops from anybody in the Battlefield 6 Twitch category, I think. As long as they have their drops enabled, of course. Like, you know, you do have to enable it as a creator, but I think anybody can get them. So I generally buy my games on the EA app only because I've just always had all my Battlefield games there. This time I'm going to buy on Steam because I've heard you don't need to run the EA app to play it on Steam. So that's always been like a prerequisite. You launch it on Steam and then it launches the EA app. So I thought like, well, I may as well just buy it on the EA app then. But now you're not going to have to do that. You can just play it through Steam. It's also cheaper for me because for me Steam is in dollars. The EA app is in euros, and dollars for me are cheaper, so it's kind of a no-brainer. You got a key today? Will I be able to play tomorrow or wait until the 9th? You'll be able to play tomorrow if you've got a key. Just make sure you go redeem it. Alright, Max, take care, man. Oh, that's awesome, Trike. I mean, like I say, if you don't manage to get a key from somebody, then hopefully you just get one. I mean, not hopefully, you will get one from a drop tomorrow, right? It's not like they're limited or anything. You just watch for half an hour and you get a key. I've heard that you will need to make EA account once, but without launcher. I mean, you don't need the launcher to make an EA account. You just make an account. Oh, you just got a key from Razer, so it works. Oh, nice. Congrats, man. Let me see. I'm going to go copy this command here over to the YouTube side as well, just so anybody wondering there can do the command. Oh, shit. Let me see. Commands. Drops. Oh, okay, that's sorted out. Okay. Oh, we got this one from Game Riot here. That should be a riot. Have I been knighted? I have not. No, no, good sir. No knighthood for me. Is it just me or are the options tabbing Battlefield 6 crazy? There's a lot of different stuff in different positions. It does take some getting used to, so I'd recommend jumping in there early enough and going through everything.
All squads, sector defense now. Stop the enemy advance and grind them down.
I would also check Reddit, guys. There were also giveaways going on Reddit, the official Battlefield Reddit.
Defensive position needed on the marked objective.
The beta starts officially tomorrow if you have early access. AKA if you've gotten a key. If you don't have a key, it starts on the 9th and it's open for everybody. So let me just interject here, guys. A little video I want to show you all from Battlefield Bulletin. He says, you can take a look at the Battlefield 6's main menu through party system, but don't expect to play the open beta until tomorrow. So this is just sort of what it looks like when you party up with somebody in the game. And it will come up here, you know, with whatever mode you want to play, and then you click this button to queue up. So that's kind of cool. I guess you can get in a party, but you can't play anything yet. I am really curious to see what the cosmetics are going to look like in the game, because we've only seen like one cosmetic for each faction. So, you know, I don't know. What are the rest of them going to look like in the future? Give me beavers or give me death. I'll take death, I think. It's an easy choice. I got a key from the Twitch drop during the event. Does that count? It sure does. It sure does. It's just the ones that are going live tomorrow. It's basically for anybody who wasn't able to get one during the event. There are also people giving them away. There's like a bunch of different ways to get them. But if you got a key, then yeah, it's for the same thing. Do you know if you need to compile shaders? And if so, if that can be done as of now? Yes, you do need to compile shaders. You can do it now. It happens just when you launch the client. It didn't take very long, though. It took, like, less than 10 seconds for me. So I wouldn't stress about it. I hope there aren't any really bad microtransactions, like really weird COD cosmetics. Yeah, I mean, that is, you know, a worry for some people, right? Is that, like, things are going to sort of go down that road, down that path once they've got everybody invested in the game. But I think that would be very, very silly for them to do that. They have come out and said that the path they're taking with cosmetics is going to be a grounded one. It's going to be an authentic one. You know, they will look probably somewhat different than proper military uniforms, but at the end of the day, it is a game.
The enemy is taking Alpha.
Be advised, hostiles attacking Bravo.
We're targeting Alpha.
Be advised, hostiles attacking Bravo.
Pushing battle passes is way too far. I mean, are they going to be pushing battle passes though?
We no longer control objective Bravo.
There is no EA account link option in Twitch. Okay, what I would do is go check out the guide, Anon. Like, if you do exclamation drops, there should be a link there. Oh no, that's just a link to where you actually like redeem your code. I mean, it must be the other way around then, right? You just go, yeah, you go to EA, you log into your EA account, and you link your Twitch account there to the EA account. And then you link whatever platform you want to play on, such as Steam, PlayStation, whatever. You also link that to your EA account.
Alpha is under attack.
How come BO3 vets get a code? We are too slow. Well, I guess you'll have to watch me tomorrow, dude, for half an hour. Yeah, no worries, Anukis. It's part and parcel of the deal. I'm just stoked you guys are going to get in. It'd be nice to, hopefully I'll see some of you guys in games.
Objective Bravo captured by hostiles.
Yep, tomorrow, once the drops begin, boom, everybody will get a code who wants one through the drops. Yeah, it was 60 minutes for the last drops, but now they're going to change it for just 30 minutes. Because obviously they don't want you to make you sit there for hours watching just so you can play when the game is live. They want you to say, okay, watch for 30 minutes and then you can get in. How do drops work? Basically, you just have your accounts linked up. You watch a creator on Twitch, and you'll see a little progress bar. And once you watch somebody for half an hour, in this case, it'll just pop up and say, "Hey, you got this drop." It'll give you a key, and then you go and redeem it. Simple as that. And then you'll also get the same for the cosmetics, right? So because you've got your EA account linked to your Twitch, if you watch for the full hour, you'll get the first cosmetic. If you then watch another hour, you'll get the second one, etc., etc. And I think you have to watch 4 hours. But you don't have, it doesn't have to be all in one go, right? You can tune in for an hour, then tune in for another hour, and it's over the entire 4 beta days there for the cosmetics. Obviously, for the early access, those half-hour drops are only going to be on the first and second day, because of course after that, it opens up to everybody regardless, so then those drops will be useless. But it is only on Twitch, guys, so I do want to stress that for anybody on YouTube. You know, if you need a key, you will have to watch on Twitch. Drops are not a YouTube thing. I really wish YouTube, they need to kind of step up their game and get that in there as well. Because that's something that YouTube folks miss out on. Otherwise, I really prefer YouTube a lot of the time for streams because the quality will be far superior on YouTube. You know, YouTube side, I've got 1440p, 50,000 bitrate. On the Twitch side, I can only do like less than 1080p. and 7,500 bitrate. So not even like 20% of the bitrate. And that's just not because of me, that's because of Twitch's restrictions. Yeah, that is true what Yugsy says. You can buy early access codes on CD Keys and various other websites, but I really, guys, I would not suggest that you buy codes when you can just get one for free, right? Just save your money. You know, it may take you half an hour of watching somebody, but that's not a huge amount of time, right?
I need a medic!
Don't cave into the FOMO.
I need a fucking medic!
That is also true. YouTube does have a pretty big delay compared to Twitch. I don't know why that is. I think it's probably because of the better quality. It just takes longer to sort of get that quality out there, so there has to be a bit more of a delay.
We are attacking objective Bravo.
Yes, you imagine correctly, Mr. Jorge. I will be live most of the day. I won't say I'll be live the whole day. Like, I probably will go offline at some point and take a break, because I do, you know, do YouTube videos as well. That's really my main thing that I do. So anybody on the Twitch side, by the way, if you don't know me, I make a bunch of Battlefield 6 videos. I've been making Battlefield videos for over 10 years at this point, and I'll be doing a bunch on Battlefield 6. So what I'll probably do is stream in the morning for several hours. Once I've got a bunch of gameplay and I've got some thoughts, I'll probably take a break to go make a video, and then I will return again. But, you know, if I'm not online, somebody will be. You can bet. You can count on that.
Sector is lost. Set up defensive positions on the double.
Let's see. New timer. Battlefield 6 beta. I'm gonna put this one on the YouTube side as well, just for transparency's sake.
Moving on our sector. Hold the line. Enemy comms reporting casualties. Good fucking shot. Hostile AT. Target that location.
We need to rally defense on the marked objective.
Does Battlefield 6 jet have speed control? Not that I could tell. I mean, to some degree, but if you're thinking Battlefield 4 speed control, then I'd probably say no. But, you know, take that with a grain of salt, because I haven't spent too much time in them. So, I am going to put a lot of time into them, if I can, in the beta. If I can actually spawn in them enough and I get the right map and everything. And then I'll give you guys my full thoughts on that there in a video. Yeah, I've heard the Razor method worked for a lot of people. I've also seen some people saying it didn't work for them and they didn't get a code, so maybe a bit hit and miss there. What do I think of the jet so far? Vehicle versus vehicle looks broken. Yeah, they are extremely powerful. Like, the main cannons trash against infantry because they have so much spread that they're impossible to hit. But against stuff that you can hit, like attack helicopters, like other jets, they are crazy powerful. Or at least they were when I tried them. Maybe they've nerfed them. Who knows what is in that 6.9 gigabyte patch, right? They could have put all kinds of changes in there. And I think because the game hasn't even come out yet, or the beta hasn't come out yet, they probably won't put out patch notes for it, because they don't need to inform us of things that have changed if we haven't even played the game to begin with. Were there mostly women screaming in horror and suffering during the reveal, and your experience with labs? Some of the leaks were brutal. I can't say I noticed that. I probably say I noticed mostly male voice lines. Didn't really bother me at all. All the voice lines I heard, I think they really fit well in the game, and which is totally fine. Yeah, I'll be playing with really anybody adorable. Like, I think I'm also going to spend some time playing with Torbis and Evie, so I'll be squatting up on them, maybe going on Discord with them as well. But I'll also be spending a bunch of time just sort of off of Discord by myself, so I can chat to you guys and get your thoughts on it, because as excited as I am to play, I'm also excited to hear what you guys all think about it, you know. Because this is kind of the moment, right? We're all hyped for the game. It looks good. But the fact is, the majority of people haven't played it, and I want to hear what they think about it, you know. All the people who went to the reveal event, I'm sure they were truthful and they spoke their minds, but they still were all paid to go there, right? They were put up in hotels, they had their flights paid for, they were basically treated like kings. So there is a conflict of interest there. And again, I'm sure they're not just like leading you astray or anything like that. But it would just be nice to hear what like your guys' opinions are. So that'll be cool. They should put G-Force in jets. That's how speed control worked in Battlefield 3 and 4. Yeah, I mean, that worked really well, right? You had to accelerate up out of the loop, and coming down the other side, you had to put on the brakes, right? That makes total sense to me, but I think they know that Battlefield 4's speed control model was the best, and the fact they haven't copied that, if they haven't copied that, which I'm almost certain they haven't, tells me they don't want to. And I think the reasoning behind that is just because it was too confusing and convoluted for new players. They obviously know with this game, guys, that it's going to attract a lot of new people, you know, people from all kinds of franchises, COD, you know, Apex, other extraction shooters, battle royals, etc. There's going to be a lot of folks coming in who just don't know how Battlefield works, and you can't just have somebody go in a jet, I suppose in their eyes, and just get destroyed all the time because you don't know how speed control works, because the game simply doesn't tell you. The reason my channel actually started growing at first is because I made videos about Battlefield's jets and how to play them, because I had to inform people, because the game just doesn't tell you. So I think they've realized that that's a problem. Are there enter and exit animations in the vehicles? No, there are not, which I really, really like. At least I don't think so. Again, I'm like, it's a bit hazy. It's a bit hazy since I last played Labs. And also, caveat, I haven't played this build, so maybe they added it in there. I don't know. Hello, Nature Tater. Third-person vehicle radicals shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. I mean, I will say I still play in first person most of the time because the third person ones aren't too reliable, but yeah, I can understand why people want those out. Was I part of the Battlefield Council? Is there a Battlefield Council? I guess that's a no. No, I was not. Me and EA are, for whatever reason, not on great terms. They don't really seem to like me very much. I don't know if it's because of past drama. I don't know if it's because I just speak my mind and I call it how it is, and if a game deserves credit, I'll give it that, and if it deserves criticism, I'll give it that too. Who knows? But for whatever reason, they don't really invite me to stuff, and the same goes for Enders. And yeah, they did invite me to labs, of course, eventually, because that is the one exception. Whenever they need feedback for games and stuff, they will invite us for things like that. But whenever it's a marketing thing, whenever they want people to say good things about their game, then no, it's not happening. There will be codes available tomorrow. I've got one more to drop for you guys, Nater. But if you don't get one, there are lots of other creators as well dropping codes today. So if you just sort of shop around and look all over social media in general, you'll probably be able to find one. If not, there will be drops tomorrow, and you can get one from my channel. And I'll be I'll be live early in the morning, 8 o'clock. See, I think they should have done that track. Like, they just needed to add more tutorials in the game, but instead they decided to just, like, nerf them. Dumb them down.
Down to half strength. Keep taking your shots.
What's my opinion on the quick attachment system not being in the game? I just don't really care. Like, the plus system was okay in Battlefield 2042, but I don't really use it even in Battlefield 2042, dude. Like, I do have multiple scopes. Like, I'll have my regular red dot sight, and then I'll have like a thermal sight. We're talking in Battlefield 2042 here, just so that's clear. But then I find that I don't really switch, or I put my loadout on, and I'm just like a set it and forget it kind of guy. So the fact that it's not in this game, doesn't bother me at all. It was a bit of a controversial addition to 2042, so I can see why they left it out though. Did DICE ever respond to feedback about air vehicle controls during labs testing? So this is my worry, Chris. I can tell you that the way labs worked, you'd have a playtest, and then after the playtest, there's a special Discord for it. So in the Discord, they have a bunch of feedback topics. And those feedback topics will be things like, what do you feel about classes? You know, how do you feel the classes are balanced? Or specifically, how do you feel about the assault class? How do you feel about the speed or the pacing of the game or the TTK? All these sorts of things. I did not once see a single feedback topic about vehicles, about jets, or about attack helicopters. Like, there was no specific feedback topic on jets. There was no specific feedback topic on attack helicopters. At least not when I was there. Maybe they tested them before, I don't know. And I saw a lot of people kicking up a fuss about them, and they basically said, hey, when it's time to test the jets and stuff, we're not focusing on the jets right now. So I was like, okay, fair enough, they're focusing on infantry, let's focus on infantry, let's direct our feedback there, right? Maybe the jets are unfinished, maybe the attack helis are unfinished, and when the time comes, we're going to be able to give feedback on those. But then, they were just like, reveal, guys, the game's coming out, and I was like, okay, because I fully expected Battlefield 6 to release next year, maybe in like February or March, not in October. Like, it literally came out of nowhere. So, you know, that kind of leads me to believe, I know that they've not seen as much feedback and iteration as the infantry play. Like, you can tell that the infantry play in the game is the main focus. That's where they've been putting all their time. I don't want to say the vehicle play is bad. It's not bad. It's not the worst I've seen, but it's not the best. It's not Battlefield 4. Nata, if you do exclamation drops, it'll give you a link to where you actually put the code in. It does make a lot of sense, Evie, yeah. Infantry is where people will spend the vast majority of their time, so it does make sense to spend the most time focusing on that. And if you look at the maps available, only 3 out of the 9 maps, for example, are going to have jets in them. Only, I think, 5 out of the 9 maps are going to have helicopters in them, or at least attack helicopters. We haven't even seen a single little bird yet, whereas infantry is in everything. So yes, it does make the most sense to go that way. And I would also say, like, when it comes to armor, those are in every map, except for the infantry-only ones. But I can say the armor did feel very fun. It did feel really fun to play with, you know, really, really impactful. Like, you guys will see tomorrow, the HMGs on the tanks, both for the driver, so your secondary weapon, and also for the gunner, They are like, at least when I played, they were crazy powerful. I think they did 49 damage per shot. And I think the range didn't even, almost felt like it didn't matter. So you could two-shot somebody and they were down to 2 HP. I will say, I'm not a big fan of the HP gauge in the game. Like, I would prefer a bar and the numerical number. I don't really like the positioning of it either. It's like right next to the squad panel. I prefer it down in the bottom right with my ammo. Because now you've got to look in 2 places instead of 1. They're not going to bring back attack boats, at least on launch, BMW. But they will be bringing them back. Well, I shouldn't say will. They may be bringing them back in a season update. I think it would kind of be a missed opportunity if they didn't do that this time. I mean, they've obviously got the game in a good space, right? They're far ahead right now. They're out in front of where they need to be for the game. So I really think that they should do that. Like, I could understand they didn't do it with Battlefield 2042 because they just didn't have the manpower, right? They were spending so much time fixing up the game. Right, let me see, guys. I got one more code for you all here. There you go. There's my last code. So, congrats to whoever snags that one. I am gonna have to head off now. I have to go and eat some dinner. I'm gonna go spend some time with my wife. Relax a little bit in the evening, because tomorrow I'm going to be up early. We're going to be streaming. Like I said, I'll stream as long as I can and probably take a bit of a break to make a video and then come back and stream some more. We'll be playing a bunch. You guys are more than welcome to come and hang out on the channel. Maybe jump in and even play some games with me. And I hope to see you guys there. So thank you all so much for the support. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for the follows, the donations, the subscriptions. Really, really appreciate it, guys. And yeah, tomorrow's the day. I'm gonna try and sleep well, but I honestly don't know if I'll be able to get any sleep tonight. So we'll see. I'll probably be very tired tomorrow. See you guys.